let's get into this session then, shall we?
Yippee, yippee,
We
yippee.
are going to start today basically where the in character chat left off, but Jules's meal is ready. So Jules, why don't you ring the dinner bell as it were and get everybody up to the dining room?
One thing out of character I did want to say.
Yeah,
Everybody gets inspiration because this meal counts as 2 good meal counters.
it does.
Does that stack with my that inspiration stacks now? Right?
Inspiration stacks. Inspiration stacks, yes. It says that in the
do-
house rules.
Do Niv and Russian both have double inspiration?
Everyone who
gets inspiration for
everyone who
recap?
recap today gets a point of inspiration. So I think 3 people are gonna have double inspiration in that case.
Inspiration,
Is that
Batman.
is that
What the
9
fuck?
inspiration around the group right now?
That's
Guys.
a lot. It's all going away next session though.
Look,
Yeah.
if you cast another fucking
Listen,
feeble
this
mind,
is-
it ain't happening.
So this is basically consider this me as the DM
one.
rewarding you guys for stellar, amazing role play for 20 sessions. By the way, happy session 20, guys.
Oh, it's a big milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a milestone.
it is. It is. So yeah, a reward for just stellar role play throughout 20 sessions. A reward for just being great players in general, for working with me on things and being understanding and helping me craft a campaign that is worth playing. For the new, I guess, main campaign, the title campaign, I guess you could call it.
Tides of
And
wins.
yeah, and just like the last few sessions have been very intense, so getting through those and in one piece, kind of, mostly. Yes, Bishop.
Is this the first half? Is this like our beach episode?
This is not gonna be like a beach episode. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
say that right
you're
now.
so right, though.
There's
You've been
too much.
craving the slice of life art piece in
I-
Tavern number 7.
I know.
I wanna
I
go
know.
back to
I mean, this is
our-
kind of it. Like, even though you're gonna be having like these big topics in dinner, it's still you're eating dinner with the homies.
Homies. We need another bar scenario where the world
Side
is on
note.
top of us.
Love this music.
Oh, again,
This is
here I'll
solid.
post it in general what it is.
I usually check in the
Dude.
bots channel. I'm sure
Yeah.
you've seen me do that a few times, but
Dude,
Yeah.
it reminds me of a Sea of Thieves shanty. Or it did.
No, not anymore.
But
No, it's- no, we've heard this one before.
yeah, this one's a classic.
All right, Zach, let's
Okay.
get us going.
Yeah,
Are
ring
you
that
on
dinner
the
bell.
Do we have a dinner bell
Sure, why not?
for me to ring? Cool.
Let's just say it's like at the
so-
top of the stairs, right here.
I couldn't even
By the way,
see
I don't know if you
Zach.
noticed,
was
but
like, I got you locked.
this kitchen is modeled directly from the Ramir Inn kitchen. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh
See
my
it now.
god.
I see it. now.
Oh, I see. I love it. I love it. So that's gonna make him feel more at home. I love that. Okay. So we're gonna run down. But at this point, I want him to have actually like already set up the table. So I'm gonna make him do a little lap real quick.
Sure.
So there's gonna be a plate for everybody, including the fucking armorer. By the way, I don't know if that he's gonna eat it, but there's a plate ready because he
Okay.
doesn't know.
Does
Um,
Zach eat?
Your brains.
We'll find out. We
No,
will find out.
Mindful.
I DM'd you. Selena's been up to making a magic item. Or trying to modify a magic item with Harris's help.
Yeah. Nice.
Hold on. Do I have a soundboard for the dinner bell? I don't have a bell. Damn. Oh, actually, this is the closest I got.
That works. or this. Okay, don't stop.
Is that Jules falling down the stairs?
Guys,
Fair. Apologies.
No, you're good.
Dinner's ready. And Jules is gonna. The only thing that isn't on the dinner table yet is dessert. But I'm gonna have everybody go pick their seats, and then he's gonna enter in.
Tides the table.
fuck
Fucking go.
you.
Hey, Laro. Laro, I'm assuming the jacket is in front of the armor, or he's leaving it with the armor or something.
Yeah. You can just leave it on the table next to the armor.
I don't think anyone's seen Alaro without his jacket, but when he takes his jacket off, he has a scar. Just one, across his right arm. It's like a diagonal scar across his forearm. And he's got like just this white shirt on, just this, it's just a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and he's
Plain
got a
white
necklace.
Indiana Jones ass T-shirt.
Yeah, and he's got a long necklace that kind of hangs down like right here.
Why did you become like the classic Italian look?
Literally Indiana Jones.
Literally. Got the deep
got a
V-neck with the
Hey,
long ass
no, hey,
necklace.
no.
Dude, he's got a wife beater on and everything.
It's covered in spots. Got a beard one end. It was like that was cool.
Boone,
The fucking cigar. holy
Boone,
shit.
I see you going over towards there. What are you doing?
Boone, is the door shut?
It's like cracked open.
Boone is gonna peek his head in and check up on Lash. If she's asleep, he's gonna see.
She's asleep.
And just see how she's looking before we're serving dinner.
You want to roll a medicine check?
Sure. My fat +0 modifier.
13. She's recovering. She's asleep, and she's like breathing pretty quickly in her sleep, but she doesn't seem like she's in any immediate danger. There's no heat coming off of her or something. She seems fine. She's not like sweating or anything. She just seems like her body is still fighting whatever foreign influence was being put in her mind. Even if it's gone, it's fighting the fact that it was ever present in the first place.
Is she in a deep sleep?
Yeah.
All right. Boone's gonna like shrug, I guess, or solemnly nod his head, and very quietly back out and shut the door.
Okay.
Being sure to like turn the knob before he closes it so it doesn't make a click sound,
Right.
and then back away.
Cool. Excuse me there, miss. Gotta get to my seat. I'm hungry.
Sorry.
I suppose we shouldn't keep them waiting. should we?
You're very quiet.
Oh,
Tristan.
yes, I suppose we shouldn't. I'm not terribly hungry, but I guess I could eat.
Well, it's worth seeing
You're the one who
what's
told
been
him to
cooked
cook.
at least.
Yes. I took all your last names off on the tokens, by the way, just for real estate purposes.
No, that's
Appreciate
real
that.
shit. It was taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, you guys know each other's last names.
Deleted.
Jules only knows one of their last names.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's only one that matters to Jules.
All right,
Honestly,
guys,
remove the name of
pick
Laura,
where
fuck
you're
it.
sitting.
Fuck you.
Sides
Fuck-
of
Alright, I'll see you guys in
table.
10 minutes.
Okay, right here. There we go.
Nice.
That'll do.
Cosby sliding across the table.
Just as act like an 80s cop slide.
Yes, 80s cop slide across the table.
This seat taken.
Oh no.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Good luck,
Sometimes
Russian.
By who? Who's it taken by?
Yes.
Pick your
do I-
seat on an airplane, motherfuckers, dude.
We're waiting for. Oh, what's her name?
It's for Jules.
For me.
Oh.
He sits
No,
in
it's
the
for-
seat.
it's-
He
it's
sits in the
for-
seat.
Oh gosh.
All right, yeah, the table's already
Alright.
set. Just waiting for you to bring out
Artem-
the food, I guess.
Are Lash, Clath, and the armor coming?
Lash is asleep. Clath eats brains, not food, and the armorer doesn't eat.
Then there's extra plates, but that's fine.
More for me.
There you go.
So at this point, Jules is gonna come in and do another lap while he's giving this description. I'm just gonna RP. We'll click that lap before standing right
Nice.
there. As he's walking around, he's setting down a plate of what looks to be Jello, and you'll hear him say, "Amalettes and friends, I've prepared something rather interesting. A cubed Merethi worm. What was it? Credit to what was it? What was his fucking name? I'm so bad
Kylo.
with Kyler.
Kylo.
Credit to Kylo's shovel. Seasoned, then velveted with some troglodyte eggs and seared. Alongside it is that lovely Cosby cooked lizard. Thanks for that last. That char was perfect. Which I cooked in gravy derived from Merethi worm char, more trog eggs, onions, peppers, and a gnomish mushroom wine to deglaze it all. That same wine is in the glass you see before you. The peppered garnished gnomish bread on the side is intended for the leftover broth, but overall is just a great compliment to the dish. And for dessert, we have this cactus jello. Jules is gonna nudge Boone as he says the following to the rest of the group. You don't have to be all prim and proper if you don't want to. Eat comfortably. A meal is meant to be enjoyed in whichever way you would enjoy most. That being said, the only thing that I would ask is no fear of elbows on the table because I put a lot of work into this and I don't want any getting music. Any of it getting corrupted. Enjoy.
Boone stops himself as he's like about to lean forward with his elbow. He's like, all right. I'm assuming the food's already laid out on the plates.
Yeah, it's all laid out on the plates. There's some leftover Morethi, the cubed Morethi meat in the middle, and gravy with like extra seasonings and whatnot. But there's not enough to have stuff to pass around to everybody,
Okay, well,
except for the
I'm just
extra plates.
Boone's gonna pick up a knife, jab one of the cubes of meat, and go to town, man. No politeness, no compliments, just going right for the food.
Very Boone.
Elaro, you said there was wine.
Yes.
Target acquired.
Elaro picks up the wine glass like this, right, with his hand under, like, you know, the.
Where's his finger out, Theo?
What? No, it's a wine
I
glass.
don't even
so
know how
he's-
you would
he's
do
just
that on
gonna-
a wine glass.
What? It's got like a long stem, right?
Yeah.
So you put
Even-
you put your
even
hand like
stem.
under
No,
it.
I'm talking about Toasty,
So-
like with the pinky
Oh,
out. Like,
it's
how
an
would you do
underhand.
that?
It's an
with
underhand. No, it's an
Yeah.
underhand.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
an
never mind.
underhand grab. Yeah.
I was thinking
it's-
it was a side.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes, he goes underneath the glass and he kind of swills it a little bit, and then he gives it a sniff. Wait, what'd you say it was?
It's so when at the very first session we got 3 different mushrooms. One was
Right.
red and that was used for oil. The purple one was used for the wine today. This is the first time I've used it, and the green one I've started farming in a jar for the bread. So it's
And-
mushroom wine.
So it's like a purple color.
Mhm.
So cool. So he sniffs this purple
Been
wine and it
saving that
smells
since
like.
session 1.
Yup.
Crap. Wow, he smells this gnomish mushroom and he takes a sip, and takes a very noble sip. Just.
Elon watches you pick up the glass, and he just kind of sighs as he watches you pick it up wrong, and he grabs it by the stem like you're supposed to, and drinks it.
You
Drinks it.
know,
Well, if you hold it like
hold
that,
it-
you warm it up.
Yeah.
That's why. It's designed.
That's exactly what I was about to say, even in character.
Yep.
Wait, you guys are passing around wine?
Please give me.
You should have a glass in front of you.
Of course.
Oh, he
and
looks at his
she's
own
gonna
glass.
Pass a little wine to Kairos.
Well, I guess she
Gonna-
already has it.
Well, oh right.
You
We've
gotta
all
clink
got
the
our
glass.
fucking plates.
Yeah.
Clink
Clink.
your own glass.
You see, she's already done with her wine, and it's just like, "Hey, I'll have another."
Oh my god.
When's
course.
the last time that you had
It's been a
wine
while.
here? Ah, same. She's gonna go first.
Amazing.
Boone.
You can imagine these two
Glass.
when they used to train together. Afterwards, they would just sit and drink
Fucking
wine all night.
alcoholics. God,
Oh
we
my
love
God.
Mareth. It's
You guys
just
are definitely scholars. Absolutely.
absolute scholars.
While you guys are like fussing over how you pick up your wine glass, Boone would like go over and grab it from the
Like-
top
It's just-
and like hold the whole thing from the side.
How does Jules pick up the wine glass? I gotta know now. I've got 2
Um,
wrongs.
Jules is gonna grab it from the bottom.
Jesus Christ.
In real life, that
can.
bottom and stem doesn't make a difference. My
Mhm. You're
grandparents
saying
are
you hold
wine
it-
connoisseurs.
you hold it
It
from
does.
the-
I hold it from the bottom with the stem between my fingers. In real
Wait,
life,
like
it doesn't make a
this?
difference. Yeah, like
Hey,
this.
Yeah, there you go.
caveman.
Yeah.
That's
wrong.
in real life. In real
It's-
life, wine connoisseurs don't care.
Yeah.
And Jules was raised in a fucking inn. It doesn't matter.
That's true,
Alcohol's
true.
alcohol.
Alcohol is no, it's
You can spot the nobles in the party based on the way they drink the wine.
Yeah, honestly.
So,
Leslie is already down hers as well.
In,
You said this
uh,
was mushrooms?
yes, it is derived from the gnomish mushrooms. From way back when we were with the gnomish king, there were mushrooms around there that I gathered, and this is from the purple one.
And it's
You would,
delicious, Boone. He calls out from across the table.
Boone would hold the glass up. That's already empty. And he's got like maybe a drop or so in there, and he would like twirl it because he's seen people like twirl wine glasses, but instead he's tilted on its side and just kind of watching the drop go. He's like, huh, don't taste like mushrooms. All right,
Rather
you got
interesting.
more, or is that it?
Oh, I got more. I didn't realize it was going to be this popular. I'll be right back. And he's
Just
already
bring the
filled up
bottle out.
Kyrus's and Celine's.
Just-
Bottle. All right. And so he's gonna scavenge around for a bottle because he's had to like squish and juice the mushroom, so it's just in
Yeah.
a bowl right now. So he's gonna. You'll hear like the Looney Tunes style digging through a closet noises as
Backpack
he finds a
noises.
bottle. Yeah.
As Jules runs through the curtain, Boone would like put the glass down, take his knife, and poke at one of the chunks of meat on Jules's plate. Right.
There's also like a bowl of gravy with the lizard meat in that as well,
Mm.
just to like summarize
yes,
the
dude.
fancy shit talk that he did about his food.
Yeah.
And then he
Boone's
comes out
plate is
with
smothered.
a disaster, I'd imagine. And he's gonna top off everybody's wine who asks.
Nice.
This is nice. It's nice.
Elon like goes to start eating kind of gingerly, like as if he's not sure if he wants it, and he takes one bite and he goes, "Oh fuck this," and just starts digging into it.
You see
He
Yumatan
leads
beside
the
you's
way,
already
so
doing it. He's like,
like wood chipper.
yeah.
Literally leads away from both of them, afraid they're gonna get food on her.
Yeah.
See, Kyrus like very gingerly cuts off very
Yeah.
tiny pieces of her meat and like gingerly stabs it with the fork, places it in her mouth, and
Fork.
chews for like 20 seconds, and then goes back for more.
That-
Elaro
that-
is the only motherfucker eating this shit normally.
Yeah,
alright?
pretty
He's just
much.
kind
I
of like
just-
eating.
Just enjoying. Yeah, Boone would be like spearing random pits on his plate as if he's like eating pasta, just taking everything, putting it in, taking another bit of everything, putting it in. Like there's no theory or thought or strategy. It's just food in mouth, food in mouth.
Watching Boone do that, Jules is gonna go, and that is exactly why I knew everything had to go well together.
That's awesome.
He like he pats you on the back and he like while chewing he goes, George, you always make good food. You're always good together. I think.
I'm glad you're learning.
Well, I can't exactly say you make bad food. Otherwise, I think I'd be ostracized.
If it is bad, Evan, I would like you to know, but try to be tactful. It's a sensitive subject.
Drugs. Good enough for me. And he picks up the plate and starts shoveling food in, puts it down.
Jules, this is
Damn.
fucking delicious.
Thank
Best
you.
thing
Oh.
you've cooked since we met.
Absolutely.
Well, I've got. Which part is your favorite, Elon? Which part are you talking about specifically? Now, if you need me to remind you what it is, I can.
I need a refresher.
Okay. So
Let's get
there's
to post.
there's Morethi worm. That's
Like the
cubed,
big one.
velveted, which the big one. There's just a bunch of small cubes scattered around. That's been velveted, so it's like soft and juicy, but it's also been seared. And then in like a bowl, there's cuts of the cooked lizard that Cosby cooked. That's been soaking up gravy made of a deglaze of the Morethi worm char. So it has a little bit of that flavoring in it as well. Eggs, a little bit of flour, peppers, onions, and then the gnomish bread.
Nice.
I really like the. I didn't care much for the lizard, but with the gravy, it's perfect. Like the first time we had it back in the mines.
Okay.
The old
Well-
mines.
That was a while ago. Well,
That was
we'll
ages ago.
next time we see another lizard, we'll make sure to have the last Cosby. If you could give it another one of those, that'd be perfect.
Elaro,
Well, I could do my best.
Elaro, add that comment. Actually tries that. He takes a cut of the lizard and he dips it in the gravy, and eats it, and his eyes kind of like open up a little bit, and he and he like
This
nods
shit
along.
good.
This shit good. He
You'd
nods along
actually-
with the conversation without actually commenting.
You
but
might
he
actually
nods.
notice Elon has kind of done a bit of a sandwich maneuver. He's taken the gnomish bread and like put the meat in it and wrapped it, and then started dipping it in the gravy and just eating it like that.
Burger, straight up fucking
He
sandwich
went from
burger.
Portly eating to I'm fucking soldier.
Jules
Actively
goes
participating
wide-eyed at
instead
that.
of eating.
Oh my god.
Oh. Jules goes wide-eyed at Elon's idea, like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. And he goes and he does that, and then gets up and gets the rest of the bread.
Nice.
See, Yumatun is staring at an empty plate now. He's just got his hands on his belly, like sitting back in the chair, kind of teetering on it. He's like, "That was good. Best thing I had since my wedding to my wife."
Oh, hells, don't start. All right, I want to keep my food down.
Okay.
Thank you. And he reaches across Jules to peel bread off of the goose plate as he brought it down. And he's like dipping it in the gravy that's left up, scooping it up, taking a bite, and he taps the gravy bowl and he says, "Yeah." He takes a bite of bread.
You
Yeah.
see, Kairis like wipes her face with a napkin. Her plate's still mostly full, and she says, "Well, I am very full."
You eat the rest of that?
Hey.
Hand it over before he can get it.
Boone stands up, starts walking over.
I'm not to be a Philistine.
What? Don't call us Philistines. We don't know what that means. And he leans over and picks the plate up, and he's gonna walk back with it.
As you go to sit down, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to do a gust of air and push your chair back from you.
Oh
Fall
my
out, fall out.
Oh my
I'm not falling. Ain't no way.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll something for that. What
Yeah,
would
roll
I
acrobatics.
not
Roll
fall?
acrobatics.
I hope he falls. I'm sorry.
It would be funny.
11?
11.
Oh,
I would say a 10 is the DC.
What's
here,
the spell DC?
No,
It's thaumaturgy. It's a cantrip.
yeah.
It's a cantrip, but it's
yeah.
8 plus whatever.
You would
your
see that,
proficiency or
Boone
whatever.
stumbles as he's got the plate on, and he gives you this look. And he looks at that direction of the table because of fucking course it's coming from that side of the table. And he holds up the plate and he says, "Now look, you're gonna let this damn stuff go to waste. I mean, a
No,
dime.
I was going to eat it, but you stole it from me, you bastard.
He takes the bread, scoops up what he can in his hand, and then slides the plate down. Shit spills, and it kind of stumbles as it goes through, and it lands near you. And then he sits down, and pulls the chair up. Is now eating out of his hand. Fine.
Elon holds up his glass as a bit of a toast to you and then starts eating what just lit him.
Jules
Now Boone actually
grabbed
puts his
the
hand- Okay.
the food that the armor and Clath wouldn't have eaten, and brings it back into the kitchen to hopefully have his leftovers. It's probably not
Yeah.
going to be enough for a full meal. But he also puts Lash's plate in the center, so people can pull from that one, but Lash still has something to eat from the armor and
Nice.
Clath's plate.
Mhm.
That's so cute. Put it on top of the oven, so it's gets the residual heat.
Yeah.
Boone then leans up on the table and rubs his face, and he says, "Well, that was good. Are we done? Can we talk, or do I gotta wait?" And he looks
You
over
ready?
at Jules.
You ready for dessert?
What?
What's
Cosby looks down at her plate that she just started eating after Elon and Yumatun stopped making a fucking
That's
mess.
Celine kind of shares a look with Cosby, kind of the huh? Already?
Yeah, I mean, I
If you-
always got room for dessert. What do you got?
If we'd rather wait, I'd rather get the dessert out for everybody when it's all ready. But I've
Fuck,
made
just
a
gonna tease me like that.
it gives you more time to let the meal settle. But I've got some cactus jello waiting for us.
All right.
Let the others eat. We can talk while everyone else is still eating. If that's okay. I'm just gonna look at Celine and Cosby.
Cosby has a mouthful. She won't talk with her mouthful. She just kind of looks at him.
Yeah, and that's kind of echoed.
I'll take that
Laura's
as a
almost
yes.
Laura's almost done eating. His wine glass is half full. His plate's 30% full. He's almost done.
Jules is actually just starting to eat now.
Oh yeah, forgot about you. As I was
Aw.
Yeah,
stealing
shit.
from your plate.
Jesus.
That's what you get for sitting next to me.
You've conjured images of my dad. I was always trying to sit next to him because he was always trying to keep me in hitting range, so he would steal from my plate as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, Boone would just lean up against the wall. All right, not the wall, against the
wall?
table. Yeah, he like stretches.
It takes 15 feet.
Falls out of his
Full-
chair.
He's a tall man. He's a
Yeah,
tall man.
anyway,
That thaumaturgy
anyway.
just sent him. So, did the armorer decide he wanted to fix up your jacket? Looks like he did.
Alaro wipes some crumbs off of his face and he says, "Yeah, he offered to fix it with some convincing from dear Cosby here, but yes.
What do you mean, Cosby convinced the construct?
Yeah, she can be very convincing when she
Well,
wants to be.
actually, I don't think he's a construct. I think he's a Warforged, which is different. They're actual. They have souls.
Yeah, he's got a soul, huh?
Well, yes, and they're basically people. He just
Well, if
seems
he's
to
actually a
have
person, then, well, he's a little too stoic for my liking.
Well, he has a divine
Tell you
touch.
when to talk.
That means something.
You're talking
Well,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's in this tower as an armorer for, the time gods. So,
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty important job if you were to be given it.
yes.
As part of that
Is there
job
a lot?
description, you gotta have a metal rod up your ass.
I mean, what good of an armorer are you if you let everyone who asks walk off with the weapons of the gods?
I mean, how many folks come here who don't have no business being here?
Yeah, one could argue we have no business here, but I digress.
Well,
Let me tell you, Boone, most people who are in service to deities have a massive stick up their ass. Let me tell you, I know from experience.
he kind of froze her eyes.
Yep, I met your father. I'm aware of what a dipshit he is. He's got such a big stick up his ass, he had to put a tower below him.
True. It's true. The tower, the stick is in the center of the tower. Actually, that's why you
The
didn't
tower,
have
that's
that
what the
spot.
flagpole is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but we are at the dinner table talking about sticks and asses. It is not
Uh-huh.
very good decorum.
The,
Alaro hides his smile behind his wine glass.
the
Corum.
courtly demeanor is lost on them. But that's
Yes.
okay.
Well, that's all right
Hey,
in this case.
look, we went to the damn keep and the castle and talked to the king. I don't need no courtly demeanor, all right? My friend just made a delicious meal, and he pats Jules on the side, and he says, I can eat it how I think I should. And he said that I could be as, what'd you say, unelegant as you wanted.
I'm not arguing. Yeah,
Neither am
excuse
I. Not arguing that. I'm
Not
just making
arguing
an
it.
observation.
Yeah,
Are you sure you two aren't related?
they are.
Not by blood.
Not by blood.
Practically sisters.
Yes. Well, it seems we may have some things to discuss. No.
Just wait
Alaro
for folks
nods.
to finish eating.
Well, is everyone done? She looks around.
Cosby
Alaro
looks at
takes.
us.
Alaro finishes his glass of wine. Continue.
Cosby finishes eating, sets her silverware down, tucks her hands into her lap, and doesn't lean on the table like Boone.
Yeah, Boone's like full on, like I am right now. Arms
Yeah.
wide, like all up in Jules' personal space as he's leaning up on the table. He's like, his left hand's playing with the, like,
The Lord of the
beautiful
Castle.
design on the left.
King in the castle. King in the castle.
Jules is still
Yes.
eating, but he gestures to Karis to just carry on.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, let's go over everything that we've discovered recently. Elon, would you like to do the honors?
How do you know about that?
What do you mean? I'm talking about Lash and...
Oh, we'll get to it.
Oh no.
You got something else you want to talk about?
Yes, and I don't think you're going to like it very much.
Well, I got something I got to talk about, and I doubt you're gonna like it much neither. So,
I can't wait.
Oh,
So-
That'd
boy.
be nuts.
This should be fun.
Gods. So with Lash, actually, honestly, Boone, you go ahead. You understand things better than I do, I think.
in what way? Because I know that ain't true.
Take it away, Boone.
All right, I guess. Somehow the courtly man don't want to talk court. Fine. Lash, the woman down who's sleeping in that bed down there, some medicine, hired by our sworn enemy Liari, and some other folks apparently. She was told to go and grab the Krieg drive for hells knows why. She don't really need to tell us, and I don't think she knows why neither. Well, we got her down there, and there was something in her head. This, I'm gonna call it an elder being. You're gonna tell me it's a different name with a fancy title.
No, it is.
I'm surprised you didn't correct me. All right. This elder being
Primordial.
was infecting the back of her head. Celine, you were in there. You know what it was like, so I'll let you describe how that felt in a little bit. But this beast came out of her head. He's trying to kill her. Luckily, and he like puts his hand over towards Yumaton, even though he's a little too far away. He like gestures towards him in this like, look at this guy, look at this homie. Had this ring on him that blocked the psychic connection, so she lived. But this elder being threatened us, told us that it feeds off suffering and grief. And then it puts it out right there in that corner. So we're at a bit of a problem now. What the hells do we do? Seems like we already got ourselves mixed up in two different elder beings. We got that Night Sister and we got this one. What was its name? Anybody knows it? Looks around the table.
Fuck, what was its name? I know it's in Scaper Scout. Hold on.
That's cheating.
I don't think it said its actual name. It just referred to
No,
itself as Hera,
It did.
didn't
It said its
It
name.
did?
It
Oh.
It
didn't
did.
give us a name, but it did give
It
us
did.
what it
It did.
represents.
It did. It was Heartseer. I remember because I made a roll on it and I remembered it.
Oh, okay.
What was the name of it? Heart Seer?
Heart.
Like
Like
heart.
like hearts. Heartseer. Like
Heart Seer. What a fucking stupid ass name. Heart Seer? And let me, if he's off emotions. Oh boy. Real creative, huh, for them primordial beings. I guess the name wasn't really unoriginal back then.
damn, you were just roasted the DM to
I will
Just
say,
gone rogue.
Heartseer is literally sadness in Afrikaans.
This is really, that's awesome, actually.
Which is also Dutch.
Based
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's true.
African
so
Dutch.
I guess we're stuck with two different elder beings on our hands. One is let loose, riled, has a bit of a thing for you, Elon, and you're maybe I shouldn't say the word patron. Maybe you're
Affliction might be a good word.
I also don't want to say that neither.
Involuntary
compatriot.
companion.
Sure.
Sponsor.
Sponsor, sure, whatever makes you feel better. And your sponsor, you got the Night Sister, and they seem to have a bit of a relationship, and you're somehow caught in the crossfire. Then we got this other elder being, which I don't really know what the deal is. Apparently, it's somewhere above Liari, or maybe they're in the loop,
Well,
working together.
Nick,
Um,
go ahead.
So Elaro clears his throat and he clasps his hands like this. How did you say we needed to kill the primordials? How are we going to do that?
I'm just gonna bring
Iris.
that up. It's a good point.
And he looks over towards Kairos.
Well, historically, with the help of another Archdeva, Archdevil, Archfey, Arch whatever. A god.
So, we know of 2 archdevils that we have easy contact with. Lavender
lady.
in the. What? How so?
Necron.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
we were
lady.
in. Well, we were in the. Well, about an hour ago, I was able to commune with him, and he offered to help deal with Hatsia if we help deal with the Night Sister.
Whoa, you went to talk with him?
I already did. Not meant to. I did.
I know you went to go talk with him.
Oh, I thought you said meant. Sorry.
Alaro puts
Just
his hands
now.
up. Okay, so
Earlier. Yes.
Necron is better than working with archdevils. I'll give you that, but there might be a better option here. Is what I'm trying to say. So,
Necron's better than working with. Huh?
yeah,
Well,
sorry.
Are you
yeah,
drunk,
sorry to burst
Krieg?
your bubble. Sorry to
Not
burst your bubble.
Bottles of wine.
necessarily. In the way of if you're portraying in Archdevil as better than Necron, yeah, I know.
Ain't no archdevil slaughtered my kin.
Look, all right, I don't
No,
really
but
give
it
a shit
wasn't
about everyone's
Necron
opinion.
himself.
Listen,
either.
I don't give a shit about y'all's opinions on who's who right now. Let's list out our options, then we can talk about the pros and cons.
Lavender.
Got any ale? He goes off to the kitchen to look for ale.
he
Jules
counts
would
with his
accompany him
fingers.
and get out his alchemy jug and pour him a bottle of ale.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh shit, we have unfettered access to alcohol. I'm gonna have you fucking pour me more wine.
We have more of the what's it called?
There is
one?
the mushroom, right? But I want to see if you have a good Morethi red.
You could
Yubaton
probably
accepts the
summon
ale
it.
and goes back.
All right, list it out.
He counts with his fingers. Niklaus, Lavender, Necron. Who am I missing, Kyrus?
Didn't you say
Remember-
that you all talked with Alas?
We
Uh,
did.
Alas.
Lost can help us?
He's a god.
Help is subjective.
What about those other time gods?
I
They're a little less
They-
direct. I doubt
they
they'd
are-
be willing to.
K-Rune and Ironkai are already tied up. They have their own
Yeah.
problems. They are.
If we can get my
given.
father to help, there's Salatis.
Sure. We'll put that on the list, I guess.
You said list options.
Yeah. Hey,
Theoretically, there's also Ormin. She just takes a sip of her wine.
Way to play devil's advocate.
hey, that was good. Nice.
Didn't the succubus say that they were busy with war, though?
Yes,
True.
that is true. You
Well,
did
that
tell me
war
about that, I
includes-
assume.
You saw it if you forgot.
Yes, of course.
That war also includes
Say
purple,
no.
yet he was there too. Kyrus, what exactly does this deity, god, archdevil, whatever the fuck, have to actually do to help us? Just sponsor us, or do they actually have to fight?
No, I don't think they have to fight, but they have to designate you as, well, a champion.
What does that do?
But- We already have
Then we're
ale
halfway
on for
there.
that, don't we?
Oh,
We already got Cosby too.
oh. Well, that was easy.
I don't. Champion? I don't know if I would fall under that flag at the very least.
Does he take a
No.
particularly special interest with you?
Arguably so.
I wouldn't know about arguably.
Then, by conventional definition, you might as well be a champion, even if not
Well,
literally.
if you aren't sure, you could always commune with one of the other Wish cult and see if they know
We're the
anything.
What?
Wish what?
What?
I'm sorry, I assumed that you were one of them.
What a
I
what?
don't like where this is going.
Don't worry about
Arseways.
it. I clearly was
No-
confused.
No,
No.
don't stop now.
No, please go on.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, that's a resounding yes.
Dude, we can be unified when we want to.
Yeah, apparently. I'm
The
actually
gang.
surprised you all have not heard of it. The Wish Cult, bunch of fanatics. They're not really worth your time, but you know they are experts in deals with this specific devil.
What makes it a wish cult?
They're a cult centered around wishes.
So, they worship Niklaus?
I wouldn't say that.
What would you say? I see where you get it from, Celine.
He shrugs.
Well, it's tricky. They're all about wishes, you see, not necessarily about he who must not be named. But
Alright.
he is obviously an arbiter of wishes. So you
Ye-
can see how he might. Some of them might have deals with him.
Boot is getting very frustrated. Like he looks
So
very.
I
Bad.
assumed you all already. Well, okay.
where would we find them?
They're all over the place. I don't know of any certain bastions they have. It's not like I did
Oh,
dealings with them.
Insight check.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Roll
Toasty,
insight.
roll. Roll for your own
She,
character.
no, she
12.
wouldn't.
Frank.
Fuck.
Mm.
Wait.
I mean-
tactical
I
mind.
mean,
She seems like odd.
Wait. Tactical mind. 1d10.
Damn.
Celine says nothing.
Dirty 20. Dirty
Okay, with a
20.
dirty 20. I mean, she's being pretty direct. Like, she's not lying. She's being very direct with what she's saying and very honest. Like, she has no reason to hide anything from you guys, really.
Okay.
We're missing an opportunity here. If we go over and talk to Alas back in Mechanus, he's the god of knowledge. He might know a little bit more about these people.
Okay.
And if we need a champion, we might be able to make him have either I'm assuming me or Celine be Alas's champion.
Yeah.
We have multiple champions, and that could help out.
Sure,
Celine
if you
won
wanna spend
could
10
already
years
be-
getting one
I am
question.
Two,
already.
he doesn't know shit. I hate to
You,
break
you
this to
never
you.
know unless you ask.
We did ask.
We
Did
didn't
you-
ask
you know-
this direct question.
Need I remind you, the god of knowledge, intrinsically linked with time, was winging it in Mechanus when the world was about to come to a straight up close after Kaje kind of tore the place to shit.
We truly
Well,
do
we even
need a
know if it
new
was
god of
Kaje or
knowledge.
was it that Heart
no.
Seer?
Or it could have actually
both.
been Novus, which would have been a shock. But
All right, enough of them. Whatever.
I'm sure he's off farming or whatever.
Again,
a man of his
Probably.
talents.
Probably.
why are we not considering it was this elder band?
Could be. Just saying. Throwing out other considerations.
Also, I love that Rogue One reference. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
I
had to throw
thought
that
that
out.
too.
All right. So we got all it. Does it have to be an archdevil? What makes a devil an archdevil?
Usually they're in charge of one of the circles
The circles.
of the
Okay.
hells.
Oh
And
yeah.
how
just
many
add the-
cir-
Yeah. All right. That really helps.
Layers of hell.
Read a
And
book,
how many
man.
circles are there?
How do you not know that?
Typically 7,
rules is
but
nice.
it varies.
No, it,
wildly.
it
What do you
does
mean, how do I
vary.
not know that? I didn't grow up my whole life in some religious
When,
cult.
when Asmodeus originally built the hells, there was 9 of them. Who knows how many there are nowadays?
They have to
also
play with
rule
them
a
at
layer
war.
of hell to become an archdevil.
Yes, they
It's
have
not a
to.
cult.
What did you
Oh
say?
yeah, sure. It's not a cult. Okay,
no.
buddy.
Children's stories about the 9 levels of hell. The 9 levels of hell. Have you never heard?
I didn't know that was real. And also, they called it circles.
Good gods, man. Is you really this caught up on it?
I
A little bit.
Boone shrugs. Look, I'm not learned. Usually, all my problems are right here, not on some different level of fucking space time or different
Okay.
dimension.
No offense, you're literally in limbo right now, so get over it.
That's my fucking point I wanted to
Nice.
bring up. That is one of my points I wanted to bring up.
Oh,
I think
no.
we're well out of our fucking league here.
Yes,
all of
you
us.
are, but guess what? You're going to have to step up to the plate.
Lara
Maybe
nods.
we don't have to do it alone.
No,
Let
you
him
don't.
finish.
That's the
Let
whole
him
fucking
finish.
point.
She
Hence
He's
why
about
we're
to
going to
propose
get a
an idea.
champion.
Could you stop interrupting him, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Cosby.
Boone shrugs. It don't matter. I'm gonna let them get it out, and then when they're done, I'll say.
No, go ahead.
Boone reaches below him, and you'll see he brought something in with him, and he throws it down. Speaking shell, and it slides onto the table. And he says, "Everyone knows what that is, right?"
Nope.
Someone say shell phone, please. Production, shell
I'm
phone,
waiting. I'm
please.
waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I'm giving
It's
it
a
opportunity.
shell phone.
Yep, it's a shell phone. Goes to a certain guy that we met, Celine, named Wolfric.
Elon wants to say
Some
that.
fighter, something. I think he used to be a night breeze. Whatever.
He was a paladin.
So, I'm not a.
Well,
You already
That's-
know where I'm going with this, Celine. You could probably guess. These folks have
I
been
do.
fighting the same person we're fighting. Now, we don't want to accept it at the time, and let's be honest, I wasn't even sure I wanted to stay with you guys when this proposal came my way, but things have changed a little bit now. And I think I'm ready to stick with the family, but
Oh,
there's an opportunity here. Chance that we could call up some folks who have been fighting this for years. Apparently,
they're about
this
to have another larger fight on their hands. Is the problem?
a larger fight. Why is that?
So Yumatan shared with me some information about what's been going on in Vicaria in my absence. Those ships that he caught me up to speed. I'm not saying it's had anything to do with me. Those airships that you saw them making are going to be used to attack Crown.
Why?
Apparently, negotiations went sideways.
What are they? Whoa. You're
So-
skipping a couple of steps here, bud.
So, Crow and Wolfric showed up to the Sunken City. He looks at Yumatan some amount of time ago, correct?
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. To negotiate with my father. And now my father turned them away, and they have been anchored off the northern shores of Vicaria. Apparently, not sure if it's a naval blockade, some sort of strong arming tactic, but my father's taking it
Yumatan-
seriously and is.
Yumatan takes a piece of parchment out of his coat, like he's like wearing like suspenders and a vest, and he like takes it out of like a underneath his vest. Jesus Christ, sorry.
That was it. You only get one more.
Takes it out like underneath his vest, and he throws it on the table, and it is a full color mock-up of the crest that is in handouts. And
So that
yeah, go ahead.
So that is the colors that the Forever King was flying when my father
Mhm.
fought against them. You
We
can
all
see
know what those
why
are.
everyone knows what that is.
It is different than the Republic of Canera insignia. It is changed, but it is the same colors. Yes.
So what's this symbol then? And he points to the anchor and the crown.
The naval ensign of.
No, it's similar, but it's slightly different. It's Crow's colors. It's what he's flying now.
Boone nods. So, I get it. Your father and Crow met. They had a bit of a disagreement. What the hell was the
That I don't know.
negotiations?
That I don't know. But apparently, what Yumatan told me is that they believe that Crow was coming to my father for help. My father turned them away.
I think I can probably guess what he's asking for help for.
Same people that we're up against.
Boone nods. These folks have been fighting for a lot longer than we have. Hells, you all know the legend of Crow. And, well, my brother's there.
Your brother's there.
And he looks over at Celine with like a shrug. He's the smartest person I know. More than you, sorry to say. And if he's in there, he's got a good reason. He sees something. Now, I'm not
Um,
saying he always falls in with the right folks. Then again, neither do I. No offense. But if he's there, he's got a good reason. And I think we should talk to him. Let them hells. Maybe they don't even know about this other primordial. Maybe this other thing they're fighting, they have no idea. And maybe they do. Maybe they could help us learn how to fight it. Or they tell us to go fuck them ourselves and nothing changes. But we should at least open a dialogue.
I have a question to add on to that, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is more of a consideration, if you will. Let's assume the call for help was valid. If we help, perhaps that breaks tensions, will it not?
Yeah, might end the war. Or the war
Or make it worse.
I hate to say it, but I think Alon is on the mark. We are getting ourselves wrapped up in conflicts that have been brewing and have been raging, cold or hot, for the past 20-something and a little bit more years.
We?
I highly doubt that we're going to walk into this situation, us, who are already in over our heads, and going to somehow convince these folks that have wronged each other time and time again.
I'm wondering if
It's-
my father would be more willing to come to the table with what you showed him, Celine.
I agree.
He sent us away. I hate
He-
to say this.
He was considering it, though. I understand he sent us away, but it was a lot all at once.
Gray,
So-
I got a question. How much of a dumbass is your father truly? If we came to him and said we have an opportunity to have a little peace deal between him and this crow guy,
He's
there
not a
would be no
warmonger.
war.
He's not a warmonger. He wants what's best for his home.
Exactly. But then again, he's already made the ships, and I know plenty
They're
of
not
folks who
now.
live
They're
in
not
canyons
finished,
fight.
and I've already stopped Yumatan from finishing them for your brother's sake, because I didn't want to see your brother getting killed in a fucking dragon attack.
Boone shrugs. My brother will. Wait, dragon?
The ships are constructs
Of dragons.
of dragons.
He looks at Yumatan. The fuck are you doing?
That's rather impressive.
Thank you.
Wait, is that beast that you couldn't control as your forge?
Yep,
And you want to put that on
Oh.
the head of a ship?
we were getting there.
What happens if it gets hungry?
Why would it get hungry? It's a construct.
He's rolling. It's a figure of speech. Look, whatever. I don't really give a damn about carrying warships. And also, I appreciate
You
your
should.
concern.
They're going
But-
to. They were going to destroy this person you want to call for help. They could not have stood against it.
My brother would have been fine. Whether Crow makes it out or not, I know he would. But here's my point. Whether or not they want to help us or not, maybe they can give us insight on how to fight it. I'm not saying we should come in and try to end the 20-year conflict that this whole fucking world has been fighting for a while. I mean, I don't really care anymore.
God, it's
maybe-
only that.
Look, if we get mixed up in this thing, we could always just come back here and ride it out. Or go back to the future and not even worry about it. We don't lose nothing.
That wouldn't sit right with me.
We could
So-
lose allies if we side with the wrong person. Who's to say that your father wouldn't come in and wreak hell over us if we side with Crow? Who's to say Crow wouldn't get mad if we side with Eridus?
Here's my opinion. If we don't side with either of them, then the primordials are gonna wreak havoc on us. We should at
Well-
least open the dialogue and have a conversation. We already know your father's a shit ass.
He, like I said, he's not a warmonger. If we can avoid the conflict, I'm sure just Lizzie and Wolfric being at the table could even get him there.
Great.
Now knowing what he knows.
Is it at all possible
Boom.
that any of this is a misunderstanding? That perhaps someone has misunderstood something?
It's possible. And what I wanted to bring up that I haven't really mentioned, I got Kylo to maybe not pick up the sword, but at least pick up the shovel. And
What?
His shovel of beast slaying.
Quite.
Jules is gonna pick up the Morethi worm and just take a bite out of it at that comment.
The shovel
And-
of peace.
Convinced him to at least go to Vicaria. If anyone can talk someone out of something rash, it's going to be someone like Kylo who has seen
Better be
what it
equally
results in.
strong-headed.
They can be.
But-
And maybe it's the wisdom of someone who survived,
They
but
both did.
also saw. They did. But one of them didn't just survive it, one of them lived it. One of them saw what was before, what came after, what it brought.
All right. So we
That
got your
sort of
father.
wisdom is in short supply. Name one person whose life. Am I cutting
Keep
out?
cutting out.
A
Yeah,
little
you're
bit.
cutting out.
Name one other person who has his sort of experience in that Vicarian court.
Not to undermine the experience, but I really think I don't think it's necessary for us to side with either of them. We can let them have their battles and find somebody else.
Who do you
You said it
suggest?
yourself. We lose allies, and who else?
Alas, we could. I hate to say it, Cosby, but Lavender might be an
No.
option. But I think Alas might be a good person to at least start with. See what he knows and go from there. I'm not saying we have to, and if it doesn't work out, awesome, we'll consider something else. But I really think that he's the most peaceful, neutral option that we could go with.
Two things. I got two things. One, this is probably the least of it. We have no idea where he actually is. Who's to say he's still in space time?
We could check, and if he's not there, we can
Of
move
course
on.
we can check, but just throwing it out there, we'd have to track him down. Two, I agree with you, but there ain't nothing stopping us from getting a loss and someone else. And maybe if we're even lucky, we can get everyone. We've got two elder beings we're fighting against, and I'm going to be honest, the only person who's even come in close contact with one and fought them is right over there.
Not exactly. She has, but there just so happens to be 5 people in the future, one of which we've also met, who also have that same experience, if not the wisdom.
Shit. You're right. Why the hell did Liari want us to go and get them in the first place?
Maybe to
because
get them
they
off the table.
represent- Bingo. Because they
They're in
represent
the future. They
a
don't matter.
threat.
And they're already gone.
Not necessarily. If we manage to get there and she managed to get back, imagine if they had to stay together, even if unlikely. Kairos. She says, looking at Kairos.
It wasn't our
And
job
they
to
were all
work
back
them
here
together.
now. No, I'm saying, what if they escaped? Liari sent us to rule that option out.
Yari sent us to collect them and bring them back to her. She sent us to
Yeah.
kill Crow.
Like
Why
how
don't
she
you just
sent us to
kill those
collect
other
Jakon.
fools?
Like she sent us to collect Jakan.
Yeah, I guess. All right. So, let's review it from the top. We've got the Vicarian dickwads who've got their own little war they're brewing. And we can pick either left or right side on that.
I do have one more comment on that. I need my father at the end. At the end of the day, disregarding the Elderlings, I need him.
Oh, boy, we talked about this.
You need your brother. He needs his father. I need mine. And if they all
Mm.
kill each other, that's a problem.
We can't let that war happen.
Fine. We'll go and stop a fucking war while we're at it. Like we don't get
Wouldn't be
enough
the
shit on
craziest
our
thing
plate.
we've done.
Literally,
We
Robbie,
got
We
that
have
right.
gone to the future and we came back to tell the tale.
just because we've done more crazy shit doesn't mean this is any less crazy.
It's
Go ahead,
not.
Doctor.
So we need to commune with gods, stop a war, collect
Te-
some
time travel.
fighters, time travel so we can collect some fighters to fight these primordials. What else?
And then fight primordials.
And then
kill
actually
two of them.
Oh,
fight the
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Also track them down
and track them down.
and kill Liari.
Ah,
An Archday.
and Liari.
Well, I think
think-
those 3 might just fall under the same category, honestly, at the end of the day. What do you think,
That's like
Kairos?
saying it's all under one big category, and that's win.
No, specifically those 3. Where we find Liari is likely where we're going to at least find one of those beings, if not 2.
We need to find a way to track them. All right.
That'll come in
So
time.
from the top, we have to go to Vicaria, talk to your father, talk to Crow, talk to my brother, talk to your father, and he gestures to Celine, and figure out what the hell's going on with this little war they're brewing, and figure out how we can either stop it, get them on our side, or at least delay it while we go and fight the big bad. Then, we need to go and find a Laos, figure out what's going on with the Time Domain, and see if he'll sponsor us like a fucking fighting guild. Then we have to go to the damned future. Probably run into one of the archdevils out there, and at least look for some of the other folks that, well, your old compatriots, Kyers. See about it, recruiting them to go and kill another one of those fucking other beings.
They are
Then
very
we gotta
powerful.
go. I believe it. Then we gotta go track down the Ari, track down the Elder Beings, figure out how we're gonna kill them, and kill them with this newfound power that's gonna mysteriously get from fucking Time Lord themselves. Is that about
So-
sum it up?
Do you think that? Do you think that Kethen Krieg would have something to help us track the primordials, or something in general to help us out?
His book, we've barely even
doing that.
scratched the surface. You and I have a lot of review to do on top of all of the other shit that we have to do, Jules.
That's fair enough.
Between making magic and you making sure that we don't go raving mad because of terrible food. We're already raving mad, if you can't tell, but at least it's checked.
Oh, I forgot one. We gotta. He takes out the pocket watch. I gotta return this.
Mhm.
Ugh,
All right.
Don't we still have their silver too?
No, we dropped that off.
No,
right
we
before
dropped
you
that off.
Killed the dragon.
Oh, right.
Yeah. By the way, we're gonna get hunted down for that as well. So we better
Yes,
get
so
ready to
we
get
are.
hunted down by some of the most powerful people in the future.
Truthfully, I don't imagine they are the quote most powerful people in the future.
I think we killed one of the most powerful people in the future already.
Yeah.
You did most of the work.
But
Well,
it
it was
opens a
actually
power
your
vacuum. We
father.
better be careful.
No, that was the king. That was
Ah,
Solana.
the king. Sorry, you all. It was a blur. I
Uncle.
was
Uncle,
actually
sorry.
inside the dragon while you were stabbing it.
Don't do that again.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't no pleasure cruise. All right. So
I have one clarifying question, if I may. Jules, you mentioned Lavender. What exactly do you hope to gain from her?
She's more of a last resort, but if we can contact her in some way, if none of the other options work out, we might be able to. She's claimed to be an archdevil. We might be able to have her as make one of us the champions. Again, last resort, not something I hope or want to do.
I
But-
don't even think that should be on the table, personally.
She is highly erratic. And need I remind you, in the future, it's phenomenal if we defeat her in the future. But there's a small problem. It's the future. She only exists in the future. She doesn't exist yet. Hopefully, never.
well, that's another question. Does sponsorship and primordial beings and all that other gobbledygook transcend time? Can we get sponsored by someone in the future, come back here, and kick the ass of someone in the past?
No, because they have to be present.
I don't know
Well,
about that.
most.
I look over at Kairos.
I was still sponsored in the future.
Well,
when we
they
first
have
got
to
there.
be present in a way. It doesn't mean they have to physically be in the room with you, but they do need to be present in one
What
form
do
or
you mean by
another.
present?
They can't
What
be
if they're
talking
like-
to you through a psychic link. They need to exist in the same place, even
What
if
if
that
you
doesn't.
like bless a ring or something?
Yeah, it's not quite that easy.
Shit. All right. So it sounds to me, unless we want to go fight these things in the future.
If we win
Lavender's
in the
out.
future, great, but we've already seen the damage done. I'm not fighting
Sounds like that.
for that future. No ill will towards it. I'm fighting for here and now. To stop that war that happens in 150 years that completely destroys the world. That we will live through, I have no doubt, even you, Boone. Because you're resourceful enough to find out how to live that long.
Boone shrugs. I'm not sure that's really my goal.
Even if it isn't, you could.
Maybe. To be honest, I'm kind of excited to go back to the future.
It was interesting.
So, that's our list. End the Civil War, talk to the Time God, go to the future and find our fighters, come back and kill. We can't do the last one, so we either got Civil War, Time God, or future. Now, Time God and future have to happen at the same time, because guess where the clock is? In the future. So we
Well,
got Civil War, future. We could also go to Edison,
For what?
figure out what's going on and why they want to bring the Creek Drive there.
I think we would need more information from Lash on that. But we can get that when she's awake in the morning.
I wanted to bring something up. Those clocks don't just exist in the future. That's where we found one. I don't disagree. That was pure coincidence and luck. It found us, specifically because the time gods brought it to us. I have a suspicion that they exist in our time. We need only
pretty good
seek them
guess.
out because they're not bringing it to us, which would be portal tracking, which could be difficult. Not impossible by any sense.
You're saying we should walk up to the top of this tower, get on our hands and knees, and pray for the Time God to deliver us a fucking grandfather clock?
No! Portal tracking. Spell casting.
What does that mean?
You have to say it slowly for him. He doesn't understand that part.
There are spells, which I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know are out there. I have read about them. Kairos, check me here because this is dealing in planes, and I don't do that. But you can cast spells to detect portals or even seek them out.
You're talking about a spell that tracks the resonance of a portal. Alright,
Make sense?
sure. That doesn't seem very hard.
So,
Like the same type of magic, or I guess like when you watch a pebble hit water. You see the ripples. You follow them
Yes.
ripples, right?
You would follow them to the source, and that would bring us there. But I want to bring up, what do we have to gain out of it? Because those are even shown to somehow skip time and space together to bring you to another point. Doesn't matter where it was on the timeline, it's there.
No, I get it. It exists in both timelines and different dimensions, sure.
Which
It's a bridge.
that's curious. I almost want to find a thesis on that, except I have it in my backpack and I want to figure it out, but
Alright.
I wonder if there's any notes in the booklet about where he's left, where Kethan Krieg has left any of the grandfather clocks.
he didn't know in his time, remember? He was
Wow.
talking about how in the future he was happy to find out that they worked. Not that he had many. She kind of chuckles.
So, do you think maybe your mansion, as he looks over at Alaro, might have some details?
I don't know if Kethan. Did Kethan spend time in the mansion? I wasn't aware.
He grew up there.
Ah, well. Yeah, if he grew up there, then yeah. Yeah, Ilara would say, well, yes, maybe, but it's a
know-
long shot, and it feels like we have other things to do.
Maybe a few things.
You know, a genius inventor would never just hide his creations in sight. There's more to that mansion, I have no doubt. More than we can see. It would be worth a more thorough investigation if we find ourselves in Vicaria. A true investigation. What's below it, what's above it, maybe a
Damned
magical layer.
archaeologist.
Well, we didn't think to look that close the first time around, did we?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I think we've got the most qualified doctor here. But again,
Ilara smiles.
he's got a point.
We have so much to do.
So, go to the future. Go talk to Wolfric, your father, and your father. Go to Edison. Figure out what they're trying to do with the drive. after
Iris.
talking with. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I'm just saying after we talk with Flash. And of course, we got to figure out what the hell's we're gonna do with her. Because that'll be an awkward conversation. Oh, and did I forget about our dragon?
Wow.
First things first, we gotta go get him.
So I have an idea on that, and it's fine tuning where we exit. Hypothetically, we can't currently control the exit when we decide to go from here back to Fame. If we could control our exit to enter where we left, Nubaton's basement, we would hypothetically, not a second would pass more than we've already spent. But we've already spent time that we never had being here.
All right.
I'm wondering if there's a finer control we might be able to unlock if we go, for instance, to the future and we start dealing with our problems there, and we can just come back, and there may not be a second that passes. It would be on the finer controls. It's something that I have no idea if even would work, and I'm certainly not powerful enough to pull off. We'd have to probably make something.
You know what? That's a great idea, but I got an easier and simpler one, and I think you also might like it. We go to the future. We spend however fuck all time we want there training and getting ready. We gather our allies. Then we go back to the past, or I guess to our present. And maybe we end up somewhere random. But you learn a teleport spell. and
I
you
know
bring
how to
us
teleport us.
There we go.
Give
You
me
bring us exactly where we want. And
20,
that's all the
30
time
minutes.
traveling we just saved.
But that's not necessarily what I mean. Think of how time worked when we were in the future. We went to the future. We came back. Chacon was dead. We don't know how long after. Actually,
We do, don't we? By less than a week, right?
by less than a week. How long did we spend there? A couple days? Maybe a week. Time flowed the same there.
Mm-hmm. Well, there goes that idea.
No,
Well,
it's
no.
because of the point we came back at. If we could control how we move
It was 'cause
once
of the
we
travel
are
time.
into the
You're right, it's because of the travel time.
The travel time from Mareth back to.
It took a week.
Mm-hmm.
But we
And we
ended
came
back
back
at the
exactly.
exact. He points at
Right
Cosby.
after that.
Sorry, you're right. I just sound better when I say it because I look smarter.
No,
So
no,
we-
you're fine. Go ahead.
we have weeks to stop the conflict in Vicaria. But weeks could be tangibly construed into months in the future.
And, even better, we can go to the future, walk through that grandfather clock, and end up right back with Crow. Talk to them right then and there. Don't have to waste no time finding them.
I think we know where Crow is. I think he's off the shores of Vicaria right now.
Well,
Sure, but you want to waste about 3 days flying around,
see,
I don't think we would.
getting shot down? We'd end up.
Well, he's
right
going to
there in
point to the
war.
shell phone that's still on the. You want to just walk into the war room and get attacked?
look,
Hell,
we
we
come
know
out
where
of-
a clock is in the present. He has one on the ship.
Exactly. Ooh, ooh. Yeah,
so
good point. Did they work bi-directionally?
well, we don't know. Well, no, you'd need an invitation, and there's not an invitation into the future. We know that because that's where it returned us to where we came from, but we only saw a handful of invitations. I doubt that there's an invitation to the future.
They
Because,
don't have an invitation to the brothel. I get it.
Well,
but
things could. What if something had changed? When was the last time we approached a clock? Any of us? We don't know if we have any additional invitations or not.
That's a good point. And if we go to the future, we won't waste time finding out. Because time in the future is basically free. Fuck, this is complicated.
Iris, can
Yes.
you check kind of what we've been thinking here?
How?
When you were in the future,
Hmm.
did you note anything on the passage of time compared relatively? We still age the same. We spend every second relative on our own space. But do you think there's a way, for lack of a better word, to cheat time? Just a tiny little bit. I'm sure everyone in Erenkai won't mind.
To cheat time.
Like,
say?
we are, for lack of a better word, spending time in the future when only moments would pass in our present.
Hmm.
For every
Well-
moment spent in the future,
I suppose I could try some research.
And
This-
I look in. I would like to pull out the little booklet that Kethin gave me out of like
Yeah, I
the
was
pocket
gonna
of my
say.
apron. And can I like flip through and make a check?
Yeah.
if I can find something.
roll
yeah, Celine
investigation.
is gonna hold on. You're gonna do this with advantage as she comes over and starts like looking over your shoulder, and maybe she waves Kairos over. This book is from Kethin Krieg. I wouldn't call him an expert, but he's about as close as it gets, it seems.
I would call him an expert.
Okay.
There's more than any of us.
17.
All right.
Pretty solid.
I'm
With-
gonna lean over and see if I can understand the book. Why not?
So what exact type of information are you looking for? Just explain that to me real quick.
I'm gonna let Celine take it because I actually have no fucking clue. Zach does not track.
Can I roll an investigation as well as I'm looking over the shoulder?
So again, tell me what exactly you're looking for here.
Time relativity. Our time relative to different times. How does time pass in comparison? For lack of a better word, cheating time.
Right.
Making more time from where there might be none,
Right.
figuratively.
Right. Okay.
Surely he has a note on it if he can jump between points of time.
With a stop fucking being fucking clowns, Russian and Bishop. Oh my god, dude. So distracting.
Stop paying attention to us.
Stop looking at us.
Goofing, dude. They're goofing.
Oh my
Bro, I rolled a dirty 20,
Clowns.
bro.
Fucking
Moon
every
is starting to
session-
get it.
Every session, Bishop and I just seem to have like a non-verbal conversation through the
I've
camera.
noticed.
Why did it roll
dude.
twice? I wanted the first one.
Okay.
Just
Ignore the second.
Yeah. All right. With the 24 and with the 17, you find notes on time moves the same in all of the segments as far as can be theorized. Here's my third.
That's your third.
But time doesn't pass like just because time doesn't pass in the past just because you're in the future and vice versa. You're
So
still
it's
gonna
more
go
linear
back to latest
points.
point. Yeah. But then you see some theories on, well, does any of this even connect?
If you can
Are these
re-enter
all
at
even
any
the same
point.
reality? And then he goes off on a whole nother tangent.
Yeah, I don't even.
That
wanna bother with
tangent.
part.
That tangent is interesting. I'm gonna bookmark that for later.
Okay, feel free to bookmark that.
That's something she's gonna have to read up on later. It's all relative. If we could control our re-entry, it doesn't matter. We don't need to control our exit. Just when, well, we do in a way, but we don't need to. When we go to the future, we don't have to control when we exit there. We just have to control when we come back. If we come back normally, it's going to maybe try to put us relative to where we would be, unless we try to play with the dial and bring it back a little bit.
I think until we understand a little bit more about how this all works, it's a good idea, and I like where we're headed. But I mean, last time it took us somewhere important to us, and we found your father. We got an ally out of it. Why not leave it as it is until we know for certain that this will work the way we want it to?
Wait a minute, I got 2 questions right now. All right. Well, one's a statement, and it leads into the question. He like points at a text in the book about some of the scribbles, and he starts to talk. He says, "It seems, and we've kind of seen this through experience, there's really only one channel that we know of in between the past, or our present, and the future, and that's the scar, the tear, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, that's a road that's always there. It's one direction. It ends at one point and it starts at another point. You can't change the point that starts at. So when we go through the scar, that's why we end up at the exact same time we left it. That makes sense. Here's my question. We've got these and he pulls out the gizmo that they developed. What the hell was it
Time
called? The thing
warning?
that you named? The what?
The
Chronergy.
The Avuculets or
the Voculates or
uh,
the Chronoclast core and Jules backpack?
The
Yeah, the
orb.
one that's no, the Evuculate, the one that brings us back here.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. the
He
Avuculate.
he like, I got these Evukulates. I hate that word. That can bring us back here, from regardless of what time we're in. Now, if we can go from here, limbo, back to the present, well, we just opened up another doorway. That right there is another road back to the present.
Time doesn't pass here, limbo does it.
And this, if we can get back, let's say right now, if we could leave here and end up wherever we left from, like the basement, for example, then we just found a way to travel back and forth without having to go to the scar and worry about getting teleported some random spot.
Where we end up doesn't matter. We can get anywhere we want to.
But now we've got 2 methods of going back and forth. This is our jumping off point. This is our dock between the waterline and the shoreline.
Is it a dock, Mr. Dock Worker?
Well, if that was the case, what would be the ship? He like elbows you a little bit, and then he leans back and looks around the group and he says, "Now, did I make any sense there?"
We're talking about
Yes.
time relativity to, for lack of a better word, cheat time passing in the past, our present, while we're in the future. None of this makes sense.
Now, I hate to correct you, but we're talking about cheating time with me. Maybe you should be a little more concerned that I'm coming up with the ideas.
Well, that's an interesting theory.
Now we have to make it work.
Yes.
Well, there's an easy way to test that. We go to the future right now, or we go to the past right now, depending on which one we want to do first, and see where we end up.
Novagast.
Me
Either
not
way.
the only thing I didn't prep for.
Well, if we go back to the present,
What, the
right,
future?
well, if we go back to the present and no time has passed, no one will be panicked, wondering where he is. And she points over to Yumatan.
What's he doing right now? Like staring off into
He's picking his
space?
nose. He's picking his nose.
He's just
Well, I mean,
like
assuming
rubbing his beard.
You know,
assuming we get him back in time for them to not notice he's been gone.
Well, like we said, no time passes here.
we're
Yes,
rarely in
but
the
when we
company.
get back there, we could be back in Moreth, which would take about a week. We could be, if I'm remembering right, Kevin said it would be somewhere personal to one of us. So we could be back in Renulia. We could land in Vicaria. We could be anywhere.
Maybe, Jules.
Edison.
That's what happened when we went
You
through the
would-
We could
scar.
land in Edison.
That's
Okay,
what
wait,
happened when we
if-
went through the scar. We don't
I
know
have
what
a s-
happened if we travel back with these Aviculates.
I have a suggestion. So
ahead.
before we traveled with a point in time in mind, what if we included that with Chacon? We focused on him exactly where he was where we left him.
Maybe not even where he is, just focus on him himself.
It would
Well, I
take
mean,
us to
when we were thinking about coming back to the Canara, when we ended up in Moreth, I was thinking about going back to Neptune, and we did not end up anywhere near Neptune. I think it has nothing to do with what we think of, just when we
Yeah.
think of.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
I also have some concerns about talking about the fallout of Yumatun being missing. Yumatun, has the Krieg Drive itself ever been able to teleport someone like it did to you just now? Have you ever seen this type of reaction from it?
Nope.
Who's to say it didn't cause a greater chain reaction back home? There could already be a fallout happening almost immediately as soon as we get there.
You're saying we're gonna drop back into ground zero?
We
Oh,
could.
God.
Well, he leans up. Not like we can do anything about that. We can just
So-
only hope.
Short term, what's our plan for tomorrow? Because either way, I can't keep. We need to rest.
But Boone nods and he
Oh,
says,
no,
"That's kind of what I'm trying to get toward. Obviously, we're gonna rest. Obviously, we're gonna get back with a fresh mind and figure it out. But I want to know. Let's just make the decision now. Are we going to the future, or are we going to the past, or I guess our present?
I think
I-
I'm present.
Yes, I believe stopping this war is time sensitive.
That's
And
That's-
there's too many
wow.
theories about this about us time traveling for me to be confident that time won't pass. So I think Halara's right. It is time sensitive.
As we've learned currently, we don't have a way to get there without the time passing. That's the trick that we
Get
have
where?
to come up with to get to the
So-
future without by bypassing the scar.
So in that case, we have to go back to the present, at least for now.
yes.
Or
we can't.
spend our days here.
If you get it to go into the future.
Well,
That was the whole point of them, was so we could travel to here from wherever we were and then back. Why can't we go to here to wherever we want to go?
Can you reword what you mean by we can't go to the future? I'm not sure I'm following, Celine.
so our current method to get to the future is the scar. We have a nice theory that might have a basis with what we currently know, which is a complete unknown, and we are among few in the world who actually even have come into contact with this sort of endeavor. We would have to take the scar. The scar has some defined rules as we've tried it before. If we had a way to bypass it, I would be more confident. If we had a way to bypass it and come back without it, I would be more confident in saying the future is a good place to go. But as for the moment, though they would be good to bring back, Dr. Krieg is right.
What proof do we have that we can't go back to the future? I mean, if
No, we
if
can't.
going to, we can.
We
Okay.
can. We can.
The
But what I'm
issue is
saying
not getting there; it's time passing.
Yes.
When
it's-
we get back.
So
If
we can
go
go
back
spend.
to the scar on the other side, we might end up somewhere random.
We spent 3 weeks, 3 months time in the future. We recollect Kairos' party. We bring them back.
All we have to do is travel across fam. Honestly, to having that amount of power and that much time to train and learn, having a couple of weeks sailing, I think that's well worth the pay.
I feel like
But-
going.
We would have to come back via the scar because we don't have another way currently.
We
Unless
don't
we find
know
something out
that.
with those boxes.
The avoculates brought us back here. Why can't we? Couldn't we come back?
We can come back here.
And then we go back because we think we can't go to the scar right now, so we got to use the Euclids to get back to the present or the past. So,
So-
if Euclids can travel us at least to here, and then from here we can use this as our jumping off point into the future or the past.
But my thoughts are we go because I agree that time is a constraint. It's a bottleneck for us getting back to the Canara timeline because we don't want the war to be brewing. So why not we go to the future? We ask around, we get the party, we see what tools that they might have, and in the meantime we try to find a way to pinpoint exactly where we travel, when we time travel. We collect the party, we come back to the Tower of Time. From there we jump off and stop the war.
I agree. We'll
And
have
the
the
only
power.
catch is that if we're wrong, this conflict breaks out sparks off, and we come back to fire.
And if we go over to them right now, that's what could happen by the time we get there, because we could end up in Edison, we could end up back in Mareth, we could end up somewhere else that
No.
Dr. Krieg's traveled.
Agreed.
I can bring us. That's not as much constraint.
I don't understand why that's not a constraint now, but it will
Well,
be. in the future.
Because
mentioned
I can-
teleporting earlier.
I can form a gateway between 2 points. It takes time, and I'm not thrilled with the methodology and where it takes us close to, especially with what we might be up against. But as long as we have Aelon with us, I think we would be fine.
Why not do that after we go to the future? Because if you can do that now, why couldn't you do it later? Is more my
Be-
confusion.
Because the gateway portals through the plane of shadow. You might note a small problem with that in the future.
Mhm.
So we go to the future. We come back to the Tower of Time. We go back to the Canera timeline. Wherever we end up, then you portal us back to Vicaria.
Or if we have to, we go through the scar, and then you portal us then. Either way, we somehow get back to the prison.
It can't. I can't cross between the future and like now.
That's what we get the avunculites and the scar for.
But what I'm saying is, in the future, teleportation might be a lot more difficult through the method that I think I could pull off now.
And we're only asking to teleport to Jakan when we
In
get to the
the
present.
present.
Yes. Then
I don't
there
want to
should-
teleport in the future. I don't want to go there again. That wasn't fun. I think you're right about that. And he looks over at Aelon. Gray,
I have to take a call.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break in a couple minutes.
Gray, I'm worried that if we go up to your father, go up to Crow, without understanding things and without much of a plan, that we're not going to do much. If we spend some time in the future, free time, we can
But
learn.
We don't know
Prep
that
and
it's
argue.
free time.
It was. Look, let's
Is
say
that-
we
is
have
that
to
not
go
what
through
I-
the scar. Let's say we have to go through the scar, right? Do you think the war is going to break out in a week? Because if it is, then I doubt there's anything we can say that's going to stop it. Things like
No,
that have momentum.
Hold on. Crow doesn't have the same vision that Eridus now has. We can't show them what this is going to result in. If that future is our future. It may not be. There might be some subtle differences that get it there. I don't know. They don't have that same eye. They've seen it from us in a way, but only secondhand. I got to show Eridus. I got to show Kailu. I got to show Solaran. There's 3 people who have a tried and true picture of what's going to happen. What if we show Crow?
I think Crow already knows. That's why he's fighting Liari.
That's why he went to my father in the first place. I think we could get. I think we could stop this war. I genuinely do. And I think
Oh.
I think
Too
that
much
letting this opportunity go and letting this war break out will be detrimental to us in the long run.
It won't break out until we time travel there.
But we don't know that.
Lit.
We do.
We have
Didn't-
no.
di- Isn't that the roll that I just made?
Yeah.
Is it?
Hypothetically,
And that's
yes.
what we saw. That's what we physically saw when we went to the future and came back. Was that time
Mhm.
didn't change? Only when it only changes when we're in that plane, that timeline. That's when time continues. The moment we leave, it stops. So right now, nothing's happening in the past. I should go back to the character.
Only because we're in limbo. Limbo plays different rules.
Yep. God, this
Well,
is so
all right.
confusing.
When we went to the
Limbo.
future, nothing happened in the past.
Well, you guys know that you go to the last point you were at
Yeah.
a point
In time.
in time. So,
Yep.
like, I mean, I don't see. I don't know. I'll let you guys keep talking.
So, out of
Here's-
character, whether we
Go
go
ahead.
to the present or the future, either way, we can go back to the present and stop this war. If you go to the
Yeah.
present now and stop the war, awesome. If you go to the future, collect the party and get more intel, which is what Jules wants to do. And then we can go and stop the war. Until we go back to the timeline we are all from, that war will not break out.
Or it has already broken out on another.
Yeah, but we'll return before
Yes,
it broke out,
yes.
and then yeah.
Yeah.
The
Time maybe doesn't actually
Ernest said
stop.
it.
It continues, but we return to a point where we left it. So technically, we time travel backwards.
we
It's a weird
work
thing.
our way out of that existence if
Yeah,
they're both
yeah.
continuous, based
Exactly.
on Catherine's notes. Or we cause a branch. Of
We'll
time,
we'll
who
talk
knows?
about that another
Fuck that.
time.
We don't have to make a decision now, but let's just lay it out on the table real simple like. Go to the future, go back to the present. Those are the two choices we have. We should go have dessert, because I'm going to be honest, I'm getting hungry. Take a nap, and come back at it with fresh eyes in the morning. Or whatever morning is around here.
I'll be
feel
back
rather
with dessert.
exhausted.
Me too.
Go get dessert, Jules.
We've got. Jules, you and I have a lot of reading to do, and I think now is probably the best time we'll have.
Good thing you only sleep 4 hours.
Doesn't mean
I
I,
got it.
enjoy it.
Well, while y'all are sitting there reading your books, I'm gonna be tossing and turning. What do you say we just let our subconscious think about it and we drop the subject for now? Everyone all right with that? And he looks pointedly at Elon.
He nods. He looks like shit. He looks straight up exhausted. Like
Forgot.
And it's
nobody
making his
else-
head hurt.
everyone else is
I was
fucked.
gonna say, didn't we get a long rest? Oh,
Not
it's
yet.
because
No, we're doing that
technically
after
that
the meal.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like,
would
for
notice
the
that
part of this
I'm
discussion,
alive.
he's kind of had his head in his hands like this, like it's giving him a headache. Because it's actually giving me a headache too, and I ADHD brain zoned out several times.
Fair enough.
Discussion.
Got an
Yeah,
ADHD
Boon's-
brain on to time travel
Yeah,
because this shit
yeah,
is kind of hard
could
Time
to
be.
grasp.
travel, I'm not. Bishop, you once said you're smarter than Boone. I'm not. I'm not smarter than Boone.
Boone right now is being incredibly intelligent. He is surprising himself.
Yeah, when he made that ripple analogy, I was like, "Damn, okay, Boone."
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I approve of.
Boone takes out his whiteboard and draws.
Yeah.
I want to present to you my economic vision.
Honestly, that's the next meme. I'm doing that like in a minute.
Wait, so Novagaz, to clarify, the free time in the future plan would work.
Theoretically.
Hypothetically.
Okay.
To our current
That's-
knowledge and
that's my
understanding
thing.
of how
To
time
the
travel
best
works.
of our yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
say you could certainly try, so that's basically a yes. And now I just ruined it because I taunted him. Look at that little smirk.
he's
Time is
licking
relative.
his lips, dude. Fucking.
Nova's
this
one
way.
rule is don't go back to where you've already existed. Or else.
To be fair, Boone is biased. And you could probably figure
Boone
out
is
why.
bisexual.
Whoa,
Exactly.
whoa. Whoa.
That's
Only
a
for
schizo
Elon when
post.
Cosby's not in the room.
Get power games,
Yes.
idiot.
What?
All right.
That is accurate.
All right, let's get back into character. Let's finish dinner, get dessert, I guess.
What
Yep.
the hell is this, Jules?
Let me walk around the table.
Is
Laura,
he
give me a second,
already
you
standing there? Is he just standing there like
Yeah,
awkwardly?
Understand.
because he came over. He came over to participate in the conversation, so he's just standing there eating his Jello now.
Nice, okay.
Nice.
Alright, what is this?
Well, remember that cactus that we found back your Nemesis was giving us thought he was going to give us a
Nemesis,
run
yeah.
for our money.
Oh, that
Uh,
dipshit.
Yeah, that dipshit as you put it. Sorry, Kairos. Well, I decided to make some cuttings of that cactus, and I've been growing some of it in the pack with the gnomish mushroom that I made into the bread. So I decided to try and make it into some Jello. So it's rather sweet, but It's my first time
this
making
the,
jello out of cactus.
Was this the cactus that I took him when he was a stupid snake form and shoved him in? Is that
What?
that one?
Not that same cactus, it was the one 3 to the
Oh.
right.
It would have tasted all the sweeter. Oh yeah.
He takes a bite out of it and he looks around the room. And while he's still taking a chew, he says,
So what do we want to do with Lash?
If you'll let me, I was planning on interrogating her for the other members of the Time Cabal.
As long as you don't end up in bed with her, I'm fine with that.
Uh,
And
I'm not
perhaps
interested. Sorry, I prefer women with 4 limbs.
would
I could fix that. That's what I
Would not-
planned on doing, actually.
it would not be a bad idea to perhaps discuss limits of interrogation.
Interrogation.
Shrugs.
It-
Look, she already had her head drilled in by that elder being, and by you, Slim.
I was
Yes,
about to say, respectfully, I don't know if there's a whole lot to see. Let alone you have 2 capable wizards, an artificer, and probably one of the best smiths from fame. I highly doubt that that would be necessary in the slightest. Asking politely would be the finest form of interrogation.
Well,
yes, you can read minds or something. Whatever, Cillian. If you think that works better, then go for it.
Look,
He says,
regardless,
"Screw it,
if
kill
we
him."
ask her questions or whatever, let's say however method we use it, what are we gonna do with her afterwards? Is she coming with us? Well, of course we can ask her, but let's say she's belligerent. I mean, I certainly would be.
She did try
What
to
are we
kill
gonna do
me.
with her?
She damn near could have.
But she was on her job, and you did try to kill her.
If she's belligerent, I guess we can knock her out. Well, the way I see it, her life is in our mercy. To put it lightly, we take that ring off, she's screwed. So,
Sure. So what
I,
is our mercy gonna be? That's my question. I could go in there right now and slit her throat. There ain't nothing she can do to stop me.
An
Would you,
issue.
though?
Maybe.
If we leave her here, Kairos, she could represent an existential threat, considering she has a link to an elder being. One that can only be stopped, or even, we don't know if it's stoppage or just slowage.
On the other hand, she could be a fun research experiment.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. But
It's
considering you
I don't
experiment?
know
are
how I feel about
Okay,
that.
well, all right. I understand that was
I don't
probably
like
not
that
the word to
statement.
use. Not experiment, but
It-
I could work with her.
not
to
like in a malicious
research.
way, but she
Yes.
has a unique condition. And are you disagreeing? It is a unique condition. No one
and
except a handful of people have a connection to an elder being like she does.
she
yes,
can be very useful for figuring out how to combat them.
But it would need to be of her own volition.
She
Agreed.
won't be very useful if
willing,
she's a.
considering she only survived because of us.
Trust me, that don't count for much. All right. So we can keep her here. But what if she gets rowdy, tries to take a knife and stab you in the night?
Well, what if
Well, then I'll kill her.
I could also probably, when I'm fixing up her arm, I could probably put in some sort of failsafe.
Feel free.
No, don't do that.
No, do it.
Why not?
Cause what?
Just a condition, and she's an artificer. She'll know that it can be removed. It's removable. It's
can
just for the
remove it.
timepiece. She needs both hands.
You have to probably underestimate her, but maybe.
So
Here's my opinion on that. We put a muzzle around someone, they're gonna resent you for it. Maybe we shouldn't set it off with that precedent. I already took her arm. If we want to keep her here as an ally, maybe we should treat her like one. If we want to get rid of her like an enemy combatant, then we need to treat her like one. We can't pussyfoot around. So is she
the
good
issue
or is
is
she bad?
she is neither, and that is the difficult part because of her connection. Leaving her here all due respect to you, Kairos, I have no doubt you can handle yourself. But
Easily.
last time you were up against an elder being, it was 5, right?
I'll be fine.
What I'm saying is, if for some reason that ring fails, and an elder being sees you are here, one that explicitly exists for sorrow and grief, and seems to have an unhealthy fixation on our party, given by Liare's influence in what she's done, you see the issue,
Sure.
right? I worry.
All right. Are we gonna bring her back? If she don't want to stay, and we don't want to keep her, and we don't want to kill her, we're gonna bring her back.
Bringing her back is somehow more dangerous than leaving her here.
The
Yeah, I
woman who
agree.
almost stole the Creek Drive, put back in her timeline, with a ring of mind shielding that is wholly just an item. There's no intrinsic protections that have been added to her. Her life, by a thread, possibly her independence, lay in that ring. And imagine, with reduced powers, because she doesn't have that influence aiding her, it's hurting her. If Liari, Shadowbeard, Kaji Kenta get her hands on her, she is as good as dead. If
Or
you
she
just want
turns
her
back and works with them.
willingly or unwillingly. Probably unwillingly this time.
Hence the failsafe.
So what? You want to drop her off in the future then?
I wouldn't damn anyone to that future.
So, sounds to me like it boils down to two things. She stays here, or we kill her. Sounds like she's our prisoner, and forever will be.
Alaro clears his throat. For what it's worth, I believe there should be a vote.
Right.
I think she gets 2 votes on this one. So it'll sway more in her opinion.
I don't know about that. Because there's two things here. Let's say she wants to stay. Then we make a decision on whether we let her stay. Let's say she wants to go. Then we make a decision on how we treat it. So I guess this is how I see it. Start the easy one. She wants to stay. Go ahead, Casby.
I cannot help but feel we are jumping the gun. She's not awake. We have not spoken to her. I don't think a conversation like this is appropriate unless we have spoken to her, gathered more information, and understood the actuality of what she thinks and how she is going to react. Right now, this is not the time to be making this decision. Sorry.
Dune
Cosby,
leans in. Go ahead.
it's not that we don't value her input, or at least in my case, I would. I hold severe reservations with leaving someone with that sort of connection here at the Tower of Time.
And I
It
hold
has
reservations for killing her.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. But the last thing I want to come back to, I don't even want to entertain the idea.
Here's my concern. I don't really... Well, I do care either way, I really do, but I think if we go over and ask her, I think I'm gonna get persuaded one way or the other, and I don't think I should.
Then
Well,
have
I
someone
think
else
We also
go.
has to-
Please. It's not that hard. Go talk to the woman, someone that isn't you, and then figure it out. Like a bunch of toddlers, I swear.
Talking about life or death here, ma'am. Toddlers?
Yes, life or death. Everything's
You're
about
alive.
life or death.
Okay, I hold no opinions about her either way. She is our enemy on one hand, but she is potentially useful on the other. Perhaps I go talk to her.
You
Any
did threaten
reservations?
to shoot her.
From what I've gathered, an enemy of circumstance, is she not?
Yeah, and so are we.
Put any one of us in her shoes. For one moment.
Who
None of
knows?
us have an elder god locked up, and we're debating leaving.
And neither does she,
That's-
arguably.
It's not like it's inhabiting her exact body. It's just a fragment.
It's a fragment. But if you tried to escape Necron, someone who's intrinsically
All
linked
due
with
respect, if Celine, I understand where you're coming from, darling, but you could make the same argument about, and no offense to you, of course, about Cosby, for example.
Yeah.
Niklaus Hendricks. Damn.
He's a bastard and an evil creature. No?
You are right.
And
but one
yet,
that doesn't-
you treat her as family and you bring her along?
She is.
Yeah, well, he's not an
But-
elder being.
This situation is different, for he is trapped in a war, and though erratic, is a known quantity. He wouldn't show up here and cause havoc and bring this place down around whoever's here.
Oh,
Just
I
so
think he
that-
might if we made him mad enough.
You
but-
very well might.
He could, but we would really have to work to piss him off.
I think you're overthinking it. I really do. You have a habit of overthinking things.
I do.
Not
But
just
is
her
it
fault,
not
I
a
brought
valid
it up.
concern?
All
Here's the
right.
thing. You're talking about leaving her behind with me. So, in the end, I have the final say. So go talk to her, go figure out what you think you want to do, and then I'll make the decision. If this is how we're going to go about it.
Sounds
Well.
like you should come with us.
No. Not my place.
You're making the final decision. Why are we even asking her? Why aren't we just asking you then?
Well, I'm sorry. Who is spending all the time in the tower?
You.
If I
I
may,
get
it
it.
sounds as if she has already made her decision. She's just giving us the grace of answers.
Why would we bother asking her if we're just going to come back to you with our decision and you'll overrule it?
I didn't say I'd overrule it.
It's council.
She said she got the final say. That sounds to me like she.
She does.
God.
Well, it
Boone,
depe-
Boone, not all
Boone.
negotiations work like they do in Edison. All right, I
What's that
trust
supposed-
her.
What's that supposed to mean?
We just need more information.
Okay,
I just
we
to
are
make a
giving-
decision.
Novagad's on his way to the party.
No, I want to know it. Go ahead, Elara. What do you mean by that?
Gods.
It means Kairos isn't trying to hurt us or hurt our mission in any way. She wants to have a say. Like any of us. I don't know. I
She
didn't mean
wants
any
the
offense
final
by it.
say.
Sure.
Just so you know, by the way, we look out for our own. Why do you think
Yeah.
I'm even bringing this up right now? If it means anything to you guys, I want her to stay.
Go
This is
talk
why. This
to
is
the
why I
woman,
wanted it to.
then.
Jules, Ilaro, both of you are impartial. Go.
I wouldn't say I'm
wouldn't
impartial.
say
She's
you're
an artist
impartial,
with her
Laura.
work.
I put a gun to her head.
Cosby's gonna scoot her chair back, get up, and she's walking out and walking to the library.
Fantastic. One other person. Go with her.
To the library?
Oh no, I
To
said
the
walking to the library. She's not going.
Okay.
You
I
just,
don't
but-
you just
I'll
said
do
that
a
she's not impartial, so she's not
Yeah.
going anywhere near that.
Okay. All right.
None of us
to
are
end
impartial.
to end this in the interest of ending this argument, I'm going to go.
I'll go with you.
Well, hell, I'm going.
No, you're not.
Heads up.
It
You're
doesn't
the
matter
tied
who
in.
goes, just go. And then maybe you'll have a more informed decision to make.
Okay.
Never stopped us before. He mumbles to himself.
You know what? On second thought,
Boone.
I'm going to bed. You people are frustrated. Y'all, you people.
Y'all. Picking up some of my speech
No,
cowboy.
So
that's just-
Yumatun's already asleep, by the way. He's like in his chair with his head
He's, like,
back, and his
reclined
hands on
back.
his stomach. He's like,
Knocked the fuck out.
yeah.
I love how the
Food
two
coma.
people who like actually threatened her are gonna go talk to her.
I'm going to bed. I'm done with this.
I'm going to bed.
Oh, this shit.
Dumbass.
But this, I'm going.
All right, let's make
Oh.
this quick so we don't split the party too much.
On your way out, Jules would have given you a plate for her
Who?
Okay.
for
Lash.
Lash.
Okay.
Yeah, who? Okay,
Boone will carry it.
Alara's one. Oh, Boone. All right.
Boone will carry it.
Boone is gonna hold this plate as if he doesn't really know what to do with it, and he goes,
All right, wish me luck. And he raps his knuckles on the door frame. You awake?
Oh, yeah. Come in.
All right. And he, first of all, let me check for traps. Do I have to?
Are you serious?
Yes.
He is an artificer.
So
People live
big.
longer.
Roll
She
investigation,
is an
I
artificer.
guess.
Elara
She's an
is not
investigator
checking for
rogue.
traps.
Laura barrels through the door. You
All right, with the
explode. Take a
23,
fireball.
there's no traps, but you could hear like some like I don't know how to explain, like some whimpering
Okay.
noises as you came up, and some like smacking, like some hitting of like the wall or something.
Okay, got it. You're not gonna shoot me or cast a spell on me as soon as I open this door, right?
No, it's no.
All right. And he slowly opens the door and steps in.
Yeah, you come in, you see her eyes are kind of red, and you see like she's like wiping her face, and you see that the wall has like two like kind of small dents in it, and her like hand is bleeding a little bit.
You're aware that wall only leads just to the office, right? If you want to dig out, you have to
I'm
go
not-
the other way.
I'm not trying to dig out. What do you want?
We
Alaro strikes a match on his boot and lights a cigar that's in his mouth as he's walking in.
Bro's farming on the way in.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
I was like, "Hey, girl."
That's fucking
What's
crazy.
up, doll?
He doesn't
Um,
say a word. He's just sucking on the cigar.
Boone, holding this plate, kind of awkwardly goes, our chef, you know, the short one, spent all morning, or I guess afternoon, whatever time it is, working on this thing, so here, plenty of food going around, we ain't letting it get cold. And he hands it over to her.
Yeah, she just takes it, and I'm gonna say there's like a bedside table that she just puts it on, and then like kind of pulls her sheets up closer and like pulls her knees to her chest.
With one arm. Damn.
Yeah, with one arm.
To alleviate some of the mystery. I don't know if it's gonna help, but we'll be honest. You're in a place called Limbo. You know what that is?
Heard of it?
Yeah. Well, we got a time wizard with us, and she knew some other folks and so on, and we got a place here, and that's where we brought you.
Cool.
How's your arm?
Non-existent.
Well, we're working on that too. Look. What the hell's happened to your head? Was he...
Do you actually expect me to know the answer to that?
No, but I was hoping you can give me some insight.
Some insight into what?
Alaro steps forward. He takes a cigar out of his mouth, and he holds it out to her.
She takes it and immediately puffs on it, like a veteran, like someone who has clearly been around a cigar once or twice.
Cancer puff.
Well, shit. Boone's gonna light his own cigarette and pass one over to Lash.
She's already
Take
smoking a
it away.
cigar.
Why, you gonna keep it? Those are very
She's not
expensive.
giving it back.
Alaro didn't expect it back.
Yeah.
She
Nice.
needs it more than he does.
Then he passes the cigarette to Alaro. The second one he already lit. Well, I can't let it go to waste now. I'm running low on these things.
Yeah, he smokes the cigarette, even though it's a little
Inferior?
She just
Not
keeps
his
puffing.
style, but-
She just keeps puffing on the cigar, and she like kind of looks out of the corner of her eyes towards Boone and Olaro, and after a couple puffs, she just says, "So why'd they send the pretty ones?"
We believed it would be the best negotiation tactic.
Or because
says-
we're
he
too
says
bullheaded
behind
to
a
say
smile.
no.
Manipulative.
Riz God.
Look. we've been talking about what we're gonna do with you. We figured we should probably come in and ask you. Well,
You ask my opinion on what to do with me.
that's
We
right.
don't know if you're going to be hostile or not. We don't know if you're going to work with us. We don't know if you're going to work against us. We don't know
Yeah,
anything, really.
me and what arm me?
Good one.
See, she kind of like
Well-
curls like her mouth up into a smile a little bit, proud of herself.
Yeah,
Well,
that's cool.
are you still with the Time Cabal?
I don't know if I'm with anything anymore.
That's fair.
Well,
I'm in limbo. I'm in your bed, one of your beds.
This is a
oh,
bunk.
shut up.
Okay,
he like elbows him.
whatever.
Alright.
I'm eating your food. I'm at your behest.
That's right.
So you're not going to be hostile.
With what?
We don't know.
Look, we just have to ask. You know where we're from. You know what happens when people like us get let go.
You destroyed my arcane focus. How am I going to be hostile?
Well, you're more than just spellcasting. We
That's
already
true.
saw that with your machines.
I'm not going to do anything to you guys.
Wonderful.
Despite everything, I'm alive, and I felt myself dying. So, and then she holds up her hand with the ring on it and says, "So, thanks.
Yeah,
I
we can
guess.
take that off, by the way.
Wasn't planning on it."
Look, we've been talking about where we're supposed to go after this. We got a lot to think about, and we don't know what we're gonna do with you. Now we can't exactly send you back, can we? You might get swooped back up in this Time Cabal mess. You might either work for them willingly or unwillingly, or they might kill you for talking with us.
If
Think
I
they'd
leave
do
here,
something
I'm
like
dead.
that?
In one
Lot
way
of
or
odds.
another.
Tell me, what do they tell you about Edison? How'd they convince you?
They said I could have my revenge.
On who
They-
exactly?
The Blossoms.
And really, you listen to that snake oil salesman? You know how many gangs and crooks been saying they're gonna get back at the Blossoms for years?
I don't know. Without you guys, I would have.
I don't think you would've. To be
You know.
frank with you, I don't think they would have given you anything they offered. That little elder being was feeding off your pain. He wouldn't give you the satisfaction to get what you wanted.
You don't know that.
You're right, I don't. But just behind me, two of some of the smartest people I know. One of them being Time Wizard, the other one being the teacher of the Time Wizard. I would say they're pretty well qualified. But, you know, you don't gotta listen to the eggheads. How do you feel now when he's gone? Little calmer, right? Little easier on the mind.
I never even knew he was there.
I guess he was pretty good at it, huh?
Sounded like me.
Probably was. Parts of you, at least.
I had this constant monologue in my head about how terrible everything was. And I just wanted to find a way to get it out, and I thought revenge was how I could.
And now?
Now I don't know. I don't know. I thought I knew things. I thought I knew what the Time Cabal's objectives were. I thought I understood who I was working with. It may sound stupid to you, since you guys think, you're on the right side of everything, but I thought they cared about me. I thought I had a family. Now what do I have? Nothing. If I leave here, if I take this ring off, what happens to me? I die?
Alara nods.
I don't know. And I get it. I was telling one of our members, the one who wore purple, and I think I'd be in the same shoes as you if I was offered the same choice. I get it. That's why we came to talk to you. I don't want to send you back, because I know what's waiting there for you. Now, if you want to stay here, sadly, you'll have to succumb to the prodding questions of our intellectual friends. But maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll figure out which side you want to be on. Or maybe you'll just get sick of this and move on. But I think we gotta keep you here. Unless you want to come the rest of the way with us. Wherever it is we're going.
And do what? Be on your leash?
For a time, yeah, probably. Can't let you put a knife in my back or go running off and howling to your friends, but who knows? Maybe you'll see the error in your ways, or maybe you'll figure out how stupid we really are and run off on your own. But I'm not gonna hold you here. At least, not if you don't want to stay. I guess.
Ways I see it, I don't have any other option.
He looks to Alaro.
Alara would be nodding at that I have no other option. He and takes another puff of his cigarette and he says, "Well, if it means anything to you, I agree. You don't have many options at the moment.
Yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Well, at least you're sane.
Well,
We'll tell the
kill
others that you
this-
mean no harm. You can stay here if you really do mean that.
Sure you don't want to handcuff me? And she puts out her one arm.
What, to the bed frame? I don't know you like that.
Not yet.
Look.
Oh!
Boone eyes go
Jesus.
wide for a minute as he like hides behind the cigarette. And he says, well, at least she ain't dead. And
Yeah.
who knows? If we kill this elder being, you can go on. One of the good news is you ain't gonna age here, I think. It'll be spiff and brand new by the time we kill this elder being, and you'll have all the fun, happy memories of being locked up in this fucking place.
Great.
Alright. Well, we'll tell the
Listen,
others.
whatever you do, just know that, at least from what I can tell, most of the people in the Cabal, they're not bad people, okay? They've all been fed some sort of something. And
Yeah.
if it's as you say, there's someone feeding on them the way that he did on me. So just have some mercy if it comes to it.
Well, if they're smart as you, enough to know when they've been beat, absolutely. But he leans in. But just know that my family out here put a lot on the line for this. I'm not gonna hiccup. It comes down to it. We would have killed you the same way you would have killed us.
Fair enough.
Good. And he leans back up, puts a cigarette in his mouth. And on that happy note, enjoy the food. Bastard's one of the best chefs I've ever had. If it's too cold for you, there's a kitchen just up north, and I don't even know where the hell's the bathrooms are, probably outside. I think you got free range. Not like you can really go anywhere unless you want to swim in the endless sea, so. Oh, and if you see a prick with a cut-up beard, it talks all funny,
I know who Shadowbeard is. I worked
well,
with
don't
him.
put your back to him.
I know.
All right. We'll go tell the rest if they're not passed out yet. And he pats Solara's chest. You ready?
Yeah, okay. You know, if either of the wizards come by and probe your brain, Well,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry, but
It's fine.
I didn't think that they could
Try-
give his ring the ring.
oh, can they? Can they read
If
the
she
minds
has
with
the ring
with-
on, she would have to
No.
intentionally
Yes,
let
allow
them in.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she could let them read
Mhm.
her mind
Yeah, with
Yeah,
the ring
she
on.
can open up the door.
with
But-
the ring on. Okay.
Only if she opens up the door.
We
All
love
right.
the Ring of Mind Shielding. It's one of my favorite items because of that.
Hey,
And at
Oh.
that, Boone would turn. Start to
hey,
walk out.
thanks
Yeah.
for saving my life, for bringing me dinner, for talking to me like a person and not a prisoner.
Lash, you saved your own life when you made the right decision. And just like the folks you're working with, or worked with, we're people too. We got our own homes we're looking after and our own family we're trying to keep safe. I think we understand each other. And he nods as he looks back and opens the door and walks out.
Yeah, Alara follows him out. He's just smoking.
Celine is going to be like talking with Kairos in a more hushed tone, just basically expressing like
Mhm.
she wouldn't express it to most of the party, but it's fear. Fear that something is going to happen, which involves this new prisoner. Opening the door for an elder being in the limbo.
It'll be fine, Celine. I can handle myself.
Alara clears his throat as the two men are walking up.
She kind of snaps
Boone
out
elbows him.
and
Fuck, man.
kind of goes back to the more calm, confident, outward, bashful. Like,
Facade.
look, facade is a great word for it because that's what it is.
She means Kyrus no harm, I suppose, is what I should say to you. So
Oh, goody.
It's
Boone,
not that I'm worried about, but I trust her judgment. She smiles.
well, trust the judgment of that ring. If it works as well as intended, she'll be fine. And you can be sure she don't want to take it off none neither. And for what's it worth, I believe her. I don't think she really wants to do with any of this anymore. I think she's done, at least for the time.
Alara nods.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go find a room upstairs.
Did you get any information out of her?
I suppose I believed that was your job. Then he looks at the two.
Wonderful.
I respectfully, not that I could even now, I don't I don't want to pry into her mind.
Well, goodness, Celine, you could try talking to her.
Wizard moment.
I
Boone nods and says, "So she didn't get it from you then?"
Oh no, she did.
Fuck you.
I didn't mean it like
I've just
that.
spent a long enough time
I-
doing this that I understand when not to.
You're not in my head right now, are you?
I could be.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be in there unless you want to hear your echo.
He
I
can.
know. Trust me, I know I don't want to be in there.
I
Look, we let her know that she would be subject to the eggheads. That's you two. And her questioning.
eggheads.
Yes, it's his word for smart people.
It's because your head is so big, it's kind of shaped like an egg. It's taller.
God,
How
where
about-
did you find this dot?
I, to be specific, did not find him. It was Liari.
Ah, well, no
Well-
wonder.
What, you saying I'm a plant?
No. Listen, Liari. Well, we found Liari. So, whatever.
Alright.
Anyway,
Whatever. That's fine. Science, whatever. Look, she's aware you're going to be coming over and talking to her, but just give her a break for now to let her eat her damn dinner
yes, I'll give her an hour or so.
and smoke a very expensive cigar.
Ah,
it's
great.
not
I
that
can't wait to
expensive.
breathe that in when I go in there. Thank you for that.
Lara
Yeah,
still has a
Boone-
cigarette in between his fingers.
Boone
by the way.
taps the cigar as
She looks over you,
as-
just crinkles her nose.
Well, do you have a smoking room?
No, we don't have a smoking room. This
All
was
right,
run
then.
by angels and devas.
You
I
know,
think they had a smoking room.
They all need a
Yes.
vice.
The extra
Yeah.
bedroom upstairs should be a smoking room.
and
Yes!
to think,
Yeah.
I missed the smell of when I visited House Starum back in Marath. Ah, what a wonderful place, land of the airship captains.
Yeah, that's
Griffin
my cue to walk
Riders.
away. I'm
The
going to
same
bed.
air.
Good night, Boone.
Yeah,
Yes.
good night, brother.
She's gonna give a curtsy bow to Kairos.
She just nods to you.
I take my leave.
Yes, have a good night.
Alaro, it looks like he starts walking towards the exit as well. He says, I suppose you'll be leading the investigation into, Lash's mind.
I'm going to
know how that
try
works.
talking to her. Surprising, I know.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
wizard talking to people? Crazy!
If it comes to it, and if she can't answer my questions, then I'll pry deeper. But I'm not going to go in there with the intention to do so.
Okay. Well, Boone will be relieved to know that, and yes, the members of the Time Cabal would be good to know first. We don't know if some of them are hidden.
Yes. Well, I'll find out all I can.
Okay.
Boone,
Thank
you're
you.
standing in the doorway. You make
Oh.
a better.
You make a better sandbag than a person.
I'm moved. I'm actually right here on my screen.
Ah.
Oh,
on my screen, you were standing here in the doorway.
You make a better sandbag than a person. That's insane.
Amazing. Kairos
So
just
good.
nods to you and nods to you, Alara, and says, "Well, if that is all, then."
Yes, that's all. And he covers his cigarette like from her as he's walking off to try and prevent the smoke from getting.
Oh,
Getting
that's nice.
to her.
That's kind of you.
It's a
After she expressed her disdain.
yeah. Oh shit,
Uh,
Lara's gone.
so yeah,
He's been
basically,
consumed by
while
sleep.
you guys are long resting, she's gonna talk to Lash and figure some shit out. I guess you guys are
That way we don't
shortcutting.
get to watch Nova have to roleplay with himself. We spare him
What are
that
you talking
experience.
about?
Give him
No,
more
but I want to hear the
schizophrenia.
one female character talk to the other female character with similar
Oh,
voices.
God.
Hell yeah!
Okay. You all go take your long rest. So go ahead and apply a long rest if you haven't already. And make any according
Stop
rolls
burning
if
my
needed.
inspiration.
Yeah, you just.
Yeah,
you
go
need-
ahead. Go ahead. Please do, actually.
You have 2 inspiration.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh my god!
Dude,
You
you
have,
have-
you
take
have
mine.
another
Take
inspiration. You
mine.
have another
Take mine.
inspiration.
We have
Wait, wait,
9
wait.
backups of inspiration here.
Wait,
Surely.
what's happening?
Tactical shift. Tactical shift.
Tactical shift.
Wait, yeah,
Pull
use
out all the
tactical
stops.
shift.
Pull
Use
out all the
tactical
fucking
shift.
stops, motherfucker. Come
Use
on.
tactical shift.
Wait.
So to
what
be
am I
clear,
missing?
Russian is currently rolling performance checks.
You can probably guess why.
Let's go! That's a 21. That's a 21.
Yo!
I'm so glad I moved rooms.
Hey!
Holy shit, let's go.
Wait,
My
wait,
God,
the-
right there. That's my
Only
dude.
took
That's
you
my
guys 20
goat.
sessions to finally get involved.
All right, Niv, your
Does
turn.
Cosby? Oh, okay.
All right, hold on.
Oh, you're making
my
her
God.
up too?
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
It's a 16 on the first one, and then you said a con.
You should be rolling at advantage because you guys
Oh, I should be
have
rolling at advantage.
a
Okay, all right.
relationship.
That's hilarious.
Oh well, the advantage didn't help me there.
Oh, damn.
And then what's the other? It's con save.
Con
Okay,
save.
hold on. Oh boy.
Also an advantage.
Okay. Why is it not fucking?
Holy shit.
It's, we're all like glued to the screen.
All right.
We're so excited.
All right.
Hey!
Holy shit.
Hey,
Holy
not gonna
shit.
say anything,
Y'all had a
but
good
that's
time.
a pretty good sesh.
Holy shit, dude.
Well, it is Monday.
Ugh.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Is
That's
that
insane.
the baby roll?
No. All right. You guys
There's something that
have.
I would like to do before we wake
Go
up.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was hoping to what rolls do I need to make to decide whether or not I fix Lash's arm tonight?
Oh, okay. Arcana.
Cool. Let's see.
15 or above.
Let me pounding the chest.
Dude, look at all his failed rolls.
Dude, I
It
know.
took so much to get there, but hey, yeah.
I
you
like
will
to
finish-
imagine
you will
that's him
finish
like,
the arm
I swear
tonight.
this doesn't normally happen. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he gets there, he gets close and he goes, tactical shit. I call, I
Uses
call
his
upon my
combat
echoes to
prowess
help me.
to lay that
No.
fucking
Yeah.
With his
pipe.
sword.
Oh
He's a
my-
master swordsman.
Oh my god.
Jesus
I'm not used to the
fucking
short sword.
I'm not using these finesse weapons.
Fucking I'm just going in.
Oh my god. What's the
Action
fucking
surge.
name of that supplement?
Yeah, but
Stop
don't
the
worry,
recording,
he
please.
still has a bonus action for second wind.
Holy fuck.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Okay, who's shovel?
The title of this session.
Tactical shift.
Elon gets laid.
Let's fucking go. Holy shit.
Cosby
Lord
does
knows
have a
he
bardic
fucking needed
inspiration.
it, dude. Holy shit.
Elon fucks.
Oh my
Title of the
Instead of
section,
Dr.
finally.
Green.
Oh my
Oh, and
god.
finally someone other than Alaro, dude. Holy shit.
Upload
Oh,
kings
God.
and cantrips.
Russian
on
is losing
PBS.
his mind here.
I can hear him
Remember,
from in here.
remember, Alara, reverse script doesn't work.
Oh, God,
Oh
no.
my
Fucking-
Hey, there's
Holy
nothing wrong with cowgirl
Can
or
you
reverse
edit any of
cowgirl.
this down? I'll
Oh
kill
my
you.
god. Okay.
Oh my
Guys, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back
Holy
together.
shit.
I'm so sorry, Nova.
No, it's fine.
Uh,
Everybody breathe. Take a minute.
I just want to say, man, the fighter has a lot of features that really do help with this.
Oh my god. Hey, does this count at Cosby being good at dancing? Sorry.
God damn it.
I mean, hey, it depends
Good
on
at
the position you do
the-
it in, but we
yeah.
don't need to know that.
Good
is
at
this
the
what we call a short
tango.
rest then?
no. Well, no. If they had rolled bad, it would make
my-
them exhausted.
They're,
But no.
they're both elves.
Yeah.
That 4-hour trance.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
man.
you call it, huh?
Shut
That's
up.
crazy.
Something around.
I thought if it lasted 4 hours or longer, you had to go to a doctor.
help.
Instead of being fucking dying from alcohol, dying of
floor.
whatever
Oh my
this
God.
is.
You've
That's
got
so funny.
you not only have Graze, you've also got Savage Attacker.
Stop.
You know,
Stop.
Nova?
We need to focus. We need to refocus.
Nova,
Come
this
back.
is what the Monday campaign feats could have been. It should have just been vanilla feats with different flavor.
Okay. Okay. Let's refocus. Let's bring it back.
He's gone. He's gone. Let's. Oh, I'm gonna get a
Deep
drink.
breaths. Namaste. Let's fucking go. The bro high
Pro five.
five. dude, Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I got a little lost in all that because I was laughing too fucking
Uh-huh.
hard. Why did I get advantage on that? Was I burning my inspiration? Is
It's
that what
because
happened?
no,
there?
no. It's because you guys have a relationship,
Okay, okay.
Situational advantage.
situational advantage. Yep. It's because
Holy shit.
Russian was or Elon was flanking you.
Definitely saw a straight line somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Holy shit.
I mean, shit. I hope it's straight, but not all of them are.
Oh my god. Okay.
He could be flanking as if he had an ally nearby. So did he
That's-
summon an
that's
echo?
a fair point. Yeah. Oh my god! I don't want to think about that. Stop! 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 Stop!
Oh,
Stop!
wait. Do the voices in Cosby's head count?
He summons it. Is that Antiochus? Oh, Dad.
Holy fuck.
What are we doing?
Anyway,
The
this
one time
session
the
has
echo
been
would be himself.
derailed.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
finally.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
The
You guys
following
wake up the
morning-
next morning.
And
Some
Elon's
more
limping.
exhausted than others.
Elon's limping,
Elon's
dude.
walking weird.
They both probably are.
Oh my god.
You all need to shut up in the night. Add some soundproofing or something.
What?
Elon looks just as tired as he was yesterday, but he looks in a better mood.
His hair's
got
like a
that,
little.
he's
His
got-
hair's a little messed up. Got some knots in it.
He's got that
He's
dopey,
beaming.
like satisfied grin.
You actually say that in character?
No.
Okay.
You should.
I should.
Oh my
no,
god.
no.
Actually,
See, that's
fuck it. Let's. As you guys walk out, Boo's gonna come up and say, "So, did I wake you? I dropped my my boots, and these walls pretty thin. Hopefully, I don't wake you by that noise."
No, I don't think so.
No,
yeah?
didn't hear a thing.
Good. I'm just maybe just to keep it a little easier for both of us, we should put some soundproofing on the walls.
Probably would be helpful.
Probably a good idea. And as he walks by, he offers a fist bump to Elon.
He bumps it.
Awesome.
And he says,
He sure did. He
Got it.
sure did.
Oh my god.
Wow.
and he's gonna walk downstairs.
Okay.
Elaro, are we moving on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Elaro, in the
Oh, shit.
morning, walks down. The first thing he does, he walks across the hall, into the armor.
As you're walking in, your coat is thrown at your face, like before you can even like say anything.
Thank you. I look at it. How does it look?
The same mostly, but like there's like a sheen to it.
The holes are patched, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the holes are patched, and sorry, you now have half plate +1.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I
Alright.
had done that. Fuck.
Really? Wow, he like enchanted my fucking
Yep.
my jacket?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Alright. Cool. Holy fuck.
Stop!
Oh my god, the lack of context is so funny.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Hey, this could be for
Um,
combat.
This count as dancing. Flick.
As you guys are like all coming downstairs, you eventually see Kyrus like come out with Clath from the library, and they're like talking, kind of like hushed. And as she sees you guys, she hurries him off with her hand, like, okay, go, go, go. And he just like does a little bit of half bow and walks off. And she just comes in and she says, well, I hope everybody had a good rest. All right.
Oh, yes, it was wonderful.
That was the most awkward 5 seconds of my entire life.
Yep.
You're counting?
Ellen's like biting his tongue.
Boone's got his arms crossed and he goes, "Yep, some of us got more rest than others."
Oh, I know. I was in the library for a little bit. But anyway,
Boone's gonna look.
Can we
over
move
at
on,
Cosmo and
motherfuckers?
laugh.
I was in the library.
It makes it sound
Yeah,
like she
these
was in,
walls
she
are,
went in the
uh,
library right when
the
it
Russian
happened.
cannot handle
Really
this.
did.
Was Claire awful loud last night?
Oh, stop
Well,
it. Don't be
I mean-
bashful.
Well, I mean, I was tinkering with her arm. If I kept anybody up.
Okay, enough of this. Anyway,
There was some kind of hammer.
I talked to Miss Lash and learned a few things. I'm sure she would tell you herself, but I am more than happy to relay it.
Well, you just brought it up.
So I'm relaying it. Okay, thank you for answering my question in the most roundabout way
please.
possible. Thank you.
How was that?
Anyway.
That was pretty. Oh god, damn it, freaking wizard.
Anyway, she told me that they have their own term for these scars or holes in the sea, all that. They call them gashes, material gashes. Apparently, they are unique to the material plane. Which is interesting, because they have the potential to send you here. Which means that opens up a whole nother can of worms regarding Limbo and its connection to the material plane. I won't go there. But, according to her, well, according to Liari, apparently, these gashes don't actually make you travel through time. They do in a way, technically, but apparently it's more of a reality travel, a vignette, an eventuality that could happen, potential future or even pasts, which connects with what we know of Shadowbeard and his journeys. Yes, Bishop.
This is actually Boone.
Oh,
Oh, Boone is actually doing this.
Yeah, Boone actually raises his hand.
yes.
So you're saying that it's not linear, it's parallel, or I guess perpendicular.
It's more so a blip,
Right.
completely separated.
Yeah. So a bubble with
Yes.
two finite ends.
Actually, yes.
So that means if we travel to the future and we stayed there for however long we stayed there for a long time, we could eventually end up at the end of it.
Well, I don't know about that. It's a little bit unclear. Apparently, that's all that Liari told her. So, but again, this is just what Liari said. It doesn't mean it's true. But it's something to go off of, at least.
She gave them more information than she gave us.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that means that potentially, now that we know what we're dealing with, we could fine-tune the avuculets to make it so that when going through a gash specifically, you can decide where to end up.
Shit. What about when?
That's part of it.
Maybe.
But doesn't this mean a gash only leads us to nigh fantasy, a place that could be or could have been but isn't?
It is effectively a pocket realm that exists out of the potentiality of it existing in the first place. I know that might be confusing.
Wait,
No, I get it. Like when you're given a choice between taking the left door or the right door, and we picked the right door, well, there was some version of us who took the left door,
Yes.
and we just so happened to be dropped into that left door.
Yes.
so does that mean if we go to the future again, we won't end up back in that same desert? We could end up in a different future.
Apparently, and once again, this does connect with what we know of Shadowbeard and his travels. Once you end up in one Gash's potential future or past, you're locked to it. That is the one that you will go to every time you go through a Gash.
But it's not necessarily true that wherever that future we end up is connected to our current present. That is just
Correct.
a future that could have happened.
Correct.
So,
So wait a minute.
in our hypothetical future, a version of us, not us, exists. Or existed, more accurately, I'd be willing to bet.
Maybe. Yes, it's possible.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a big deal right now. And he points at Elon. You have a very good point that I didn't think about. If all these presents and pasts and versions are independent, nothing we do today will affect what happens in the future.
That also means
Well-
that future might have never happened. There might be a
a
specific event that
potential.
triggers that future. I think
Yes.
you're thinking about it the wrong way.
Well,
Here's how I think this could be useful. You could learn things there and learn how to prevent that future from happening. You could learn what caused it. Avoid those same mistakes.
so you're saying it's not guaranteed. It
No.
just happens to have happened in the one that we're living in. Or the one that we go to.
Yes.
Shit.
The one you go to, yes. I know, it's confusing. I know.
I need like
Once again,
I
this
need,
is
like,
only
chalkboard.
what Liari has told Lash and the other Time Cabal members. We
How
don't
the
know
hell
the
does she
veracity
know?
of it.
There's
Where do these
obviously-
elder
I
beings
have,
come into play?
I have two thoughts on this. One, now that means we stop any actions we do in the present until we know more about the future, which we were already kind of discussing anyways. But two, what if that Liari, because she obviously has had a leg up on us this whole time. She knows more ahead of us than we do. So what if that's what she's expecting us to do? Which, this is going to make my fucking head hurt again. But if we... Okay, so if we go to the future and we figure out more, maybe that's what she's expecting us to do, which... Well, no, that doesn't make sense.
If we go to the future,
Maybe-
and learn more, there's no way she can get ahead of us to figure out what we're due.
Unless
Maybe-
she already knows that and has set this up so that if we go back to undo the things that caused that future, we effectively redo them. Does that make sense?
I think I know what you're saying.
It's
Like what
I
we
think-
think is the right idea, she sets it up to make it the wrong idea.
I
Correct,
think you're
correct.
on the correct path. I was thinking about it all night, or whatever it is here. Whatever. I'm not thinking about that. That's another can of
Night.
worms once again. But
All
Those
night.
worms.
I think that everything Liari has been doing, everything this Time Cabal has been doing, they're operating off of the assumed actions of you in that gash. Of the past yous in that gash, effectively. So, learning what you did in that past gash, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you
I
could.
see what you're saying.
Yes.
You're saying the actions we did, whatever those were, that led us to the future of this desert future.
Well,
That's what she's basing her actions off of.
think about it like this. She gathered you all together. Or most of you. Right? She wanted you together. She pulled you together. What if that's because in this other gash, you all found yourselves together anyway?
Yeah,
Really?
it's entirely possible. Or alternatively, it's a different group of similar. For instance, it might always be Cosby. And I would believe that. It might always be Elon. But Boone, you, I, we have stakes in it in a way. But we had to be more indirectly dragged or just cross the path.
I got
Maybe
very
not
lucky
even
to
them.
be here too.
Maybe not Jules from a small town on the east of Canara.
Maybe you have more of a leg up than we even realized. Maybe Liari isn't winning as much as we think.
Well, so what you're saying is that if she's copying what we did in that desert future, right, what led us up to that,
Yes.
and we keep doing those same things now, that means that if we keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna end up like the
No.
future that we saw.
Not necessarily.
No.
Fuck.
She
Okay,
actually.
wait, let's lay this out straight from
remember-
it. What do you propose we do? Do we go to the future now and learn what we did to cause it? Or do we continue in our present to avoid doing those actions that lead to it?
I will say the existence of this crow man, fiend, whatever he is, and whatever's going on with him, because he clearly knows about some of this that's going on, I think that may connect to this in some way or another. I think it would be
It's not laying
useful.
it out plain for me. You need to speak slowly. I'm an idiot.
You are not
Yeah,
an
he
idiot.
really
You're a
is.
very smart man.
Don't. Give
And
me
so
the
are
idiot.
you. Shut up. You're all smart. It's time you give yourselves more credit.
I keep telling them that. They don't listen.
That's because you have to say we're smart.
No, I don't.
Well,
The way you
we
Professor
have to
said
tell
to
him he's
me-
smart, and he
at
points at
least to
Elon.
me.
I think
Quit
you're
blushing,
all
you.
I think you all are on the right path here. You have that shell phone. You did toss it on the table in a very grandiose display last night.
Thanks.
You leave it there.
Try a call. Yes, it's still there. Try a call
Shit.
to that man. Wolfman?
Professional
Wolfric.
wizard advice. Have you
Yeah.
tried talking to them? Damn, is it accurate?
Try that, and then, depending on how that goes, make your decision. I also did learn a little bit more about the Cabal
I'm for it.
themselves from Lash. If
Oh,
that's
did you
helpful.
learn? Did she
Yes.
tell you any of the other members?
Yes, the ones that she knows about are obviously Liari, Shadowbeard, this Kaji Kenta,
Yes.
Draconis.
I
That
think we knew
is
about that. That was
yes,
Ro-
that's
Roksho.
Roksho. Yes,
Yeah.
Well, that one's down. We don't have to worry about that one.
yes.
Only
Lash
in the
herself.
future, but not
Well,
the present.
only in the Gash that we've.
That I'm
Yeah,
pretty
shit,
sure
you're
he had
right.
traveled through the Gash as well. I think that was actually him.
That's true. Because he got dropped off there to come and wait
Yes.
for us.
He was acting.
Interesting.
Yes.
Perhaps Elon dealt her a blow by killing Rockjaw.
Yes, but anyway, Lash, Deliatun Gavricon, Jorbin Ramir, Fang Kriegbomb, and that is it as far as she knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
We knew about all of them.
Elon lets out like a very, very soft exhale at that. Like,
How many was that? How many was that? Are we outnumbered? I think we're outnumbered.
So, I think an important thing.
That is 8, and that's not
to-
including the fucking primordial.
2 of them.
Pardon my language. Yes. Well, from what she said, the whole Night Sister thing, it wasn't part of the original plan. Liari apparently did that on her own, and she doesn't think that there's any sort of cooperation. But she doesn't know.
The Night Sister claimed Liari as her champion. We saw it.
Yes. But again, Liari and Kaji and this Heartseer Primordial are clearly have their own plans.
You're saying that, what, they just open their cage, let them run amok.
Yes, well, she also told me that Kaji, she told me where he is at the moment.
Where is
Apparently he's in Vicaria.
All right.
Well,
Does she know who he's covering?
No. He keeps that secret. Apparently it's known only to Liari.
Well, that's fine. We're going to
You
the
know-
future anyways.
what would a fiend do if we found a way to bind him?
You should know that binding fiends has always been a gamble.
It has a pretty great cost.
It does.
One soul.
Maybe not necessarily a true bind. More of a planar bind.
Well, you won't be binding an archdevil if you're talking about binding Kaji. You're binding a powerful fiend, yes, but not an archdevil. It is different.
Exactly. He's not as powerful as an archdevil, is he?
Let's hope not.
I mean, he's a Kenta, is he not?
Unfortunately. She did tell me
Which-
one more thing. She told me that the Cabal is aware of Crow and his people, but that apparently Liari was not happy about it when she discovered that they were going up against her.
As in, like, she felt betrayed.
Apparently, they were originally supposed to work together, and they were betrayed by Crow.
I wonder if your brother had anything to do with that, Boone.
Maybe. Although the stories I hear, I don't know. Knowing him, he might have weaseled his way in. Got into the ear of him. He was sitting right next to him. Good best. Alright. So sounds like he's got a good reason to backstab her, and possibly a good reason to help us.
Only if they don't get influenced into a war with Vicaria, which Kaja is in Vicaria, probably stirring the pot.
Yeah, that's right.
However, I do want to say, and I want to put this out there as a hypothetical. We could go to the future, learn, bring back some of, I don't know what you called yourselves, some of yours.
They call us the Exiled.
Bring the exiles home.
Roll credits.
Oh my god.
That's what I was waiting for! There it is! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
That's what I'm talking about, baby! Is that an Exiled rabbit?
Oh!
Am I winds of eternity?
Exiled and its consequences.
So, that is a choice. And if we go to the future, we're not necessarily pressing, we're not leaving our present unattended. For lack of a better word, it's put on hold. So what happens if we go there and we were to show back up with whatever powerful items we can find from the future? Assuming we don't get more skilled, at least we'll be better prepared. In a sacked world like that, imagine.
I want to go to the future. I do, and I think it makes the most sense. But I'm very worried about that fiend being back home.
I agree.
Nothing
I
happens.
think that going there would be very beneficial, and you could potentially figure out a lot of ways of navigating the situation now. But there is that, yes.
Never mind.
What?
Well, I don't think it. My question doesn't make much sense. So never mind.
To be
Fuck.
fair, logic
None of
is
this
a bit-
makes sense. None of this makes sense, boy. We do what we can.
I'm curious if the Time Cabal has figured out a way to operate outside of the rules of when one is in the future, the present is on hold.
They
Saying
did
it was
immediately
happening
go to
there.
kill Jakan. If we were in the future for that long, What stopped them from acting quicker? They acted as fast as they could. Think about it. If you're Loyari and you are Shadowbeard and you want to kill Jakan, you would do it the second we're gone. We go through that hole in the ground, wind up on the other side, free reign. We have a short amount of time where they're
That's
gone.
not true because they had a week to do it when we got back. They didn't immediately go to do it because we had a week of travel time. It took us a week to get back to Neptune.
They could have wanted to put a display on for you.
They could, but that's a lot of effort.
Doesn't.
I don't know if you've noticed, but this primordial, it seems like it might be his MO.
They also had to set up the ritual. Take some time.
Not
Maybe
that
they
much
killed him
time.
right away.
So, what if we do go back? We have a fiend to find that blends into the population. We have a war to avert with someone stone-headed, admittedly it's justified, and another who just so happens to be an admiral for probably the most evil regime.
Well, he was a vice admiral, to be fair.
Is that what they called him?
Yes.
I should have known better, but he led. He led.
Did you even read your books?
God, it doesn't matter.
I did, but let me tell you, Canaran history was very boring.
Yeah, you guys
Look,
know
it's just a group of people went to war, and then a fiend shows up of some caliber, and then a group of people go to war, and you have 150 years of peace, and then a group of people go to war, and a fiend shows up. It's
Well,
Talking about Vicaria.
I quite liked the part where the island flew into the sky. That was
That
quite
that
fun.
one was fascinating.
quite
I will,
fun.
I will accept, yes, but
Oh, for me,
even
by
at the same
minutes.
time, they lost. What's the point? They lost.
Okay, well,
Hey, my great grandfather didn't lose.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
yeah?
your father lost too.
Well, this fucking sucks.
Well, that put a damper on my mood.
Sorry, that was
Well,
quite.
I mean, it's more like a Pyrrhic victory, isn't it?
Oh
well,
my
I suppose
god.
if you really look
Shut
at it.
up, all of you.
Oh,
Can we talk about the real matters at hand?
We're
Not
going to the
fucking
present.
Nerds out of
Raise your
here.
hand.
Shut up, we need
Raise your
to
hand.
call.
We're going to the
Stop!
present.
Stop! We need to call Wolfric first.
We have to go to the present to do that.
No, we
No,
don't.
We don't.
Eh,
Let's do that in the past.
Shell phone operates on a sending
I think you
spell.
do have to be on the same plane.
We
Actually, I
have
didn't
to
consider
go
that.
to the same plane.
I didn't even consider
Well,
that.
Well, is the future the same plane, just a different time? Would it work then, or would it not work because?
But
of time?
would it connect? No, it's technically not. That's the. That's
You know, actually, it would be interesting if we tried it and it ended up connecting anyway. What if he's
the...
on
yes, boom.
Long shot.
Or is it a bishop
Well,
question?
actually,
Boone question. Boone would. Well, we could always do the same route we did the first time we met them. Go to the future because we got to go there anyways and do a bunch of stuff. We
Good
go,
thinking.
we go to the clock, and we go and talk with them face to face. Then maybe we'll have immediate access to them because we'll basically be teleported to their boat. Won't have to worry about travel time or calling them and them not
That
picking.
does
them
rely
up
on us
right there.
finding a clock, though.
we know where
The
one
clock-
is.
we-
Ah, but
on
we
it.
don't know if we're going to end up there.
I can make sure we do. Not that
You
I'm
would-
thrilled.
You were
to-
already concerned about teleporting in the future. Do you really want to take that risk for that?
Remember,
Well,
It'll be
I'm
a
just
lot better
concerned
than
about the extent of the realm of shadow. I can't guarantee where we would exit.
If I'm there, I think we might have an easier time getting through it.
agreed. And we may not have to take that risk. We might be able to,
We could end up right back where we were.
or we could just rent a horse or something, or one of them weird dog things, and march our way over there like we did last time. Actually, we teleported over there with that damn clock, so we never actually made that journey. Fuck, we still have her gold. Or actually, we still-
Not again. We go through this every session with the whole
You
fuck we
know-
still have their gold thing.
all right, look. I say we go to the future. We got all the stuff we got to do there, anyways, or whatever the future is. And then we try to call. The call don't work. Then we go find a clock. Then we go and talk with him. Try to figure out this whole war thing and try to get them on our side. How's that sound?
I feel like it
Sounds
gives us.
Another way.
I feel like it gives us the minimal amount of exposure in the present to avoid the war going on. We get to have a good conversation inside on things, and if whether or not things work in our favor, we can go back to the future, and
Fair.
we have all the time in the world to consider what to do next.
We can
And
put
we
out
could
the
figure
fires
out-
where they show up.
I agree. Figure out what caused that damn future. And the only thing we can't do while we're there is talk to your father. But I'll have to come back to the past to do that. It's the only thing we're missing out
Well,
on.
it's not impossible. If we go through the clock, we are in a different time period. That is how Catherine explained it. So we are momentarily in the future, but in the past, in our present. From there, I could cast a spell after going through one of those portals, because we know exactly what time that is. Our present
talk
time.
Well,
about it.
well, who's to say that actually, like, who's to say that boat, the when we were on there, was where they are in our present now? It
We
could be
asked them
earlier.
exactly what the date was. It was our date, wasn't it? Right, Boone?
It was.
We asked them what the year was, and it was our present year.
It was the
We asked
present.
them specifically what month, and they said our month.
Listen,
Fair enough.
we really got a bunch of options when we go to the future. We only got one or two options when we go back to our present. So I'm gonna call a vote. Go to the future, figure out what we're gonna do there. Go to the past. All in favor, going to the past. Does anybody raise their hand?
Elon like gives like a half raise and then puts his hand back down.
Vote for what you
Sounds
believe
like
in.
peer pressure wins it. We're going to
Crosby's
the
very clearly waiting for Elon's answer.
All right, fine. All in favor of
Free
going to the
thinkers. That's
All right.
Sounds like
everyone.
there's a majority.
Actually, this is
I don't-
the three for Marath. This is the three
Nice.
for Edison.
Yeah, this is definitely the three for Edison.
Take it back to Nazi balls.
Are you saying Edison's or not? I mean, we got the dress code.
The Hugo
Have you
All right,
seen
Boss.
Blossoms? They're
the future it
1920s
is.
America.
And you
Hugo
know what?
Blossom.
If Kaji can't cause any harm if he's stopped, that'll at least put my mind at ease if that's true. If we can pretend it's true.
I'll pretend all you want.
I'm already pretending it's true.
You know, what are the
Alright.
odds we see Kaji in the future again? It's not impossible.
If he's stuck in the past,
He doesn't play by
What?
the rules.
Well, that's
And just
cool.
that means
Why'd you gotta say that?
Oh no.
All right.
Did that.
I'm gonna go get my speaking shell, and I guess y'all brainstorm how we're gonna get back to the future.
Avoculates and the Iconoclast core? Like,
Oh
Brain.
shit, Uberton.
oh,
Shit.
Is he asleep?
Shit. Is he
Yeah,
asleep?
What do we
He's
hear?
still
What do we
asleep
hear
in the
from
chair.
Huberton?
You just hear.
What do we hear?
Yeah, Boone's gonna yell, "Ah, shit, the dwarf."
He's safer here. I mean, think about it. He's not really experiencing time.
Yeah,
we
Oh,
can't
no,
really
I
bring him
grabbed-
to the future because if he dies there, then we have nobody to bring back.
No,
grabbed
you're
my
right, but we have avunculates. They can return you to the time, can't they?
He could also
We
go back
have
on
to
his
go with
own.
them.
Are you yeah, great.
have we get so a thought just crossed my mind. What are the chances that Yumatan is Kaji?
Fairly low. I don't think Kaji wants us to fuck his wife.
Does he have a wife?
Listen, all right. If Umatone was Kaji Kenta, how would he have been able to open the vault?
That's a good
And
point.
if he was Kaji, why would they need to send the rogue?
Wait, well, he didn't. He didn't.
Aga-
Oh, that's
again.
also a good point.
Why would they need to send? You know,
Yeah.
I'm just full of those
And-
things.
Okay.
And for
always,
peace of
that's
mind, Celine was the one who discovered Kaji in the first place. We could always have her go check again. I mean, the man's asleep in the dining room. He's
I
got
mean, I
nuts
could
since
just
the
go
last
up there
meal.
and punch him in the face enough till he transforms or
No,
dead.
please don't. Please don't. I would like to keep Yumatan
Kairos,
alive.
there's a very easy solution here. There is a very common magic. I'm sure you're aware of it. It's typically run by, like, paladins. Detecting fiends. They have an innate
father
skill
trained them
for
well.
it. Do we have anything of that caliber here? Off the top of your head.
What are you asking?
Divine sense.
Divine senses.
Oh.
Yeah, for fiends.
Does anyone in the party have anything like that?
No
'Cause
one in
she
the party
doesn't.
has.
I do.
No,
I'm
that's why.
kidding.
I'm asking if she
That's
has
why
any
we're asking
magic
that.
that might emulate it.
Not that I know of.
Okay,
Do you really think that he's him?
Well,
no, I don't. But you
You
know
c-
what?
and Cosby starts waving her hand.
No, I have a
Rescue the pretty
very
one.
oh
The cat bled fire. I
Yes.
don't.
You
we
suggest
just
burning
said-
Yuma-tun?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
No, just give him a little
But
stick.
what if?
Give
Yes.
him a
What
little
if? we
prick.
could- What
Yes.
if we offer him perhaps some rum in exchange for a little nick?
He's asleep right now. Why don't we just?
Just
And
cut
we'll
him.
do the
Alright.
food.
Boone reaches down and pulls the spare knife he's got, not the
I
next
thought you were
one.
gonna say pulls the hit, yeah, because I was like, not with that. No, no, no,
Not
no, no.
that. And he walks out. He's like, all right.
she's gonna set some cards out around her and start casting a spell.
I'm gonna walk up to Yuma-tun and I'm going to,
Oh my god.
as he's like walking up the hallway, he's gonna see Eliaro, come with me.
Oh,
I was gonna come with too.
I need someone. Just
I
all of
want
you.
to
I
go
don't give a
watch
shit.
this. So fucking
Yeah.
Cosby's gonna go with.
I have to ask him to make a couple of things, anyways, before we go.
Jules is gonna like hide in the hallway and watch.
So Ilaro followed Boone.
Mm-hmm.
Boone's gonna point at Alaro's hip where he holds the gun, and he's gonna do
No, what? No,
just in case. And then he's gonna hold the
No.
blade out, and then he's gonna lean in towards him.
We're gonna
and
make
I
a
would-
Ilaro's
dramatic
hand,
incident
Ilara's
right
hand
here.
is on the holster, but he's not.
Nova, you did this to us. You did this to us.
and
I
he's
knew
gonna look
exactly. I
over
know
at
exactly what I did.
Boone has the blade up against the backside of his like forearm, and he looks over at Cosby and he goes,
Oh, she like notably panics. She has no. She puts a very shaky thumbs up, like, oh no.
"All right." And I sliced down his forearm.
Down, not across.
Small
The
cut, man. You don't
backside though,
do
just
that.
down.
You
Just like a
Okay.
nick. Just a nick.
Yeah.
Just enough front leg.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say sideways for attention.
You
left face
sliced
forward.
down his
Not the other side,
forearm.
not the other
Ah,
side.
damn it!
I'm not
That's
going
what
down
was
the
going through
river.
my head.
You
I'm not
sliced
going
down
down
his
the river.
forearm,
Okay.
and normal red blood splashes all over you and over the
That's
floor and over the
God.
chair.
Yeah,
And you
looks
see
a
he like
dick.
starts to wake up. He's like, "Ugh, the fuck!" And you see he like reaches into his boot and pulls out a tiny palm pistol and points it at you. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Can I disarm him?
Roll sleight of hand.
Can I roll? I would like to say, hey, we just wanted to wake you up for a drink with the alchemy jug in hand. Do I need to roll for that?
You're not able to disarm him, and he just bats away your hand. He's like, "What the fuck?"
All right. Well, look, we thought we were someone else. Don't fucking shoot me.
What do you mean you thought I was
please.
someone else? I've been here the whole time.
Well, all right. We didn't. Well, yeah, you could have been disguised. Yeah. How do you feel about fur balls?
He points the gun down at your foot and shoots you in the foot. He's gonna roll to hit. He's gonna roll to hit.
Oh my god.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
It just,
I block it
How do you block it?
with my reaction. I parry it somehow.
Parry a
I don't think you can parry a bullet.
The bullet out of
I'm
the
gonna
air.
roll
I
it.
knocked his head out of the way.
Yeah.
Did you do it at disadvantage? Did you roll the hit at disadvantage? 'Cause it's
Oh.
not 5
If you
feet.
knock his hand out of the way, won't it hit Alaro?
Okay, you rolled on that one.
Okay. There you go.
So
Alright,
close
alright.
You see he aims at your foot and like accidentally like bumps his elbow against his chair. He's like, "Ah!" And he like aims upwards and just shoots the fucking ceiling above him.
I'm gonna
Jesus,
punch him in the
Yuma-tun.
nose.
Wouldn't there be a
Hey, you
hole
don't
in the
get to
floor on
punch me in the
extra
nose.
All of you
You
stop.
started it.
Stop trying to kill each other for but a moment. Yuma-tun,
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to shoot him in the foot.
Boone,
26.
go over there. Boone, back
You
off.
punch him in the
I will
nose.
give you
Fuck!
all
What the
ale
fuck?
if you'll shut up.
Send
say
the
ale?
attack. I hit Boone, 21. 22.
I
Good
parry
one,
that.
Jack.
Fuck you.
With what? You're unarmed.
Wait,
That's
shut up.
finesse weapon.
Shut up. Shut up. Ale? You said ale?
If everybody shuts up and doesn't fight, I'll give you all ale.
He stops talking and just stares at you.
Boys,
Ah!
All right.
You,
I
you
think
like
I,
clap Yuma-tan on the shoulder.
I think it's safe to say he's not a cat.
He's not the cat. We're good.
What the
Now-
fuck are you talking?
Yuma-tan, I wanted to ask you for a favor, not this way though.
No,
Please.
no favors. Are you kidding me? You just cut me in the arm.
That was all him. That was all him. That
Did you
wasn't-
stop him?
I don't want a favor.
I couldn't
Yuma-
stop him. He did it.
Yeah, you
before I could do
could've.
anything. No, I just got here.
Yuma-tan,
What about me? Could
You-
I ask? I haven't hurt you. I stood over here. I have not partaken in it. And as she says this, her eyes are gonna flash, and she'll make the mental connection to Alon, so she can figure out what the fuck.
He strokes his beard and then he says, "Okay, if you make me another tiny wife."
Shit.
Hold
Wait,
on,
will you make him a what?
Oh no.
Cosby, I'm gonna have
Minor
to ask
illusion.
you.
You did it
It's
to
a
Boone
very
once,
good-
minor illusion.
It's a very good question.
It's.
What the hell did you do for this poor old man? And then he looks over at Alon like,
I can bring her back for a little bit. But she would only be able to stay in my hand, and I would have
Wait,
to.
why?
Well,
The last time she was like on my shoulder.
I seem to.
And he
have
told me not
forgotten
to
how
fuck
do
her.
that.
you made him a sex doll.
do this favor, and we'll
Did
take you to fuck your real wife.
I did.
I know where my what?
You need our help to
gonna
go back to
panic,
your
Elon.
present.
Are you
You
taking
do
me
this for us.
hostage?
No,
No.
That sounds like you're taking me hostage.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Not
but again,
taking you hostage.
Cosby's gonna like hold out her hand, and absolutely nothing of what he previously described is in her hand. It's just this beautiful dwarven woman.
That doesn't look like my wife.
Oh. Would you
Hold
mind
on,
describing
hold
her again?
He describes his wife to you.
Okay, she'll change it. But like I said, it's stuck in my hand.
Why? Why can't I be on my
Okay.
shoulder?
Um.
I want it on my shoulder.
Well, I can't. It's stuck.
You suck.
I'm aware.
I miss my wife.
I'm sorry.
Hey. He like smacks him on the back of the
Ah,
head.
what the fuck? Kid,
Be nice.
you be nice. Don't cut my arm.
I did it. That was him.
how are you?
But listen,
What do you want?
I need two things made.
What?
Something to help. I've been getting a knack for spellcasting. I need something to help with that.
Like
for the
what?
DM, something to raise my wisdom.
Okay.
A
gotcha.
ring,
Gotcha.
an amulet, a ring. A ring would be preferable. Two, and I think this is something that actually Celine wants. Something to, something that can help, like break somebody out of like a mind control type of thing. Although with kind of what we're dealing with, I think we all need this at this
Oh
point.
boy, I'm gonna need help.
Amulet of Greater
I'm gonna need
Restoration.
help for that one.
We have the armor.
what do you need?
Oh yeah, I guess he could help. I was thinking my boys, but no, that could help.
You're going
Right,
to
I'm
you're
done
going
here.
to be here for a while, unfortunately.
What?
Not long. Not forever. We're not.
So I am
actually
being held
like-
hostage.
No, you're not being held hostage.
Sounds like I'm being
Truthfully-
held hostage.
Truthfully, Yuma-tan, this is the safest place for you. There's someone there's a shape changer in Vicaria right now. You almost got assassinated. Right now, this is the safest place for you to be.
But the person who tried to assassinate me here. She's here.
By the way,
Do you work
time
for
don't
somebody
work
else?
the same way here, so
Huh.
you're fine. Your wife won't miss you.
Sure
It'll
she
be
will.
like you never left. It'll be like you never left when you get
My wife
back.
always
Not
misses
even
me.
like you would have never left.
My wife loves me.
My wife always misses me, motherfuckers, when they get put in the place with no time. It's still true.
Sure she will.
Off
Okay.
The wall.
But I gotta go back at some point. We gotta talk to your dad.
Yes, and I agree. What we agreed on before, where we need to stop that, the airships, I agree.
Okay.
But we're going to hold off for now
Okay.
because time's not good. There's a whole lot of shit going on time. Bottom line, while you're here, everything going on in Vicaria is like we never left. We are still in that world.
Whoa.
It's a
That's really
whole-
cool.
I'm gonna
Do you think it's possible to like make make a place like this like back home? That would be cool. Could make like a bunch of things.
Demiplane?
Demiplane of Limbo.
No, but
That's a
demi-plane
badass
time
idea.
passes.
Above my pay
badass
grade.
idea.
I don't know.
I'll
Like I
research
said,
it. I'll
you're-
figure it out.
And
Sounds cool
you're
as hell.
going to make something that
Can I have some of the water here? Some of the sand?
Sure.
Saw it out the window.
No.
All right.
Fuck
But
you.
Will you make those two things?
Go stab another person in their sleep, dick.
Probably.
He's from Edison. That's what he does.
Fuck
Will it,
you.
will it cheer you up if I do this? And she, mask of many faces, just shapeshift into his one.
No! He's gonna look. No! Stop!
He starts
stop,
to rub his
stop,
hands.
No! Everyone puts him in a headlock like he did with Spell.
Hey, let me go. That's my wife.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Close it up.
No.
I will kill you.
Let me go.
All right, she dropped it.
Yes, she dropped it as
Alright,
soon
you
as he
let-
said
Nah.
it. No.
You was on GabberCon.
Oh, man.
Look at this fucker.
Oh man.
Jules, I actually have something I need from you as well.
Oh,
Actually, can we talk about that privately?
yeah, of course.
I'm gonna fuck off this way. He's gonna leave.
I will
Good.
remind you, there is a connection active.
Oh. I know.
Okay.
Sus.
Elaro, as he's walking away, he just gives Yumaton 2 pats on the shoulders. He didn't interact at all with when that whole
He-
thing was going down.
He does have like 3 pints of in front of him because he poured one for Alon, Boone, and Yumaton.
2 of them are drank already by Yumaton.
You motherfuckers don't even cause me alone with you with ton hell.
Moon's right there.
Connection active.
So he can turn back into my wife.
No!
What the fuck?
I don't think you would be too pleased if I did. So, no,
I'm gonna
I'm
leave the
sorry. But, take me with you.
I'll just stay here.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Cosby. I think you've been enjoying yourself a little too much on this trip.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Zach, would you rather me DM you, or do you want to go to a different channel, or do you want to just?
God damn.
I don't know. Up to you.
How long do you think it will take, Russian? Because if it not long, I'll take you to secret.
2 minutes.
Okay, I'll take us to secret then, because I'm going to be there for it.
It's
Yes.
really not that important in the short term.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna can I retcon in one of the bottles of ale is the alchemy jug that's filled with ale? It'll be 8 gallons of ale.
Awesome. Yeah. All right.
This guy's VAC
That's like drinking a
going up
gas
to
can of
0.5.
Daisy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna drag us. Oh my god.
I've never been in secret channel.
Welcome to Secret Channel.
Welcome to Secret Channel. So Jules, what I was hoping for you to make is a great writer at all in any sense of the word, but so what I dream a lot. I want to be able to write these things down, but I think it'd be easier if I could like record it.
Oh, like the recorded your voice.
Yeah, something like that.
Actually, Nova, I'm glad you joined us. Can I so I have a bag of ball bearings. That's like what I use for speakers in there. We've used it really only once. I don't really do
Yeah.
magical tinkering a whole lot.
Yeah.
Can I basically like prime it for magical tinkering so he can just record? I mean, hold on, let me look at what it says.
I would allow it.
It-
Yes.
Or-
Yes. You
The
don't
problem
need
is
to.
it's only like 15 seconds
Yeah.
for magical.
Hold on,
tinkering.
let me check.
That's true.
5 foot radius of light, 6-second long recorded message, emits odor, nonverbal sound, effect, including up to 25 words of text. But that means you have to record it and write it down. Or unless you record it and it puts it into words. I don't know. Would it count towards my magical tinkering, or could I just like prime it and?
I will, in this specific case, allow like the priming of it.
It is
So, like-
what I'm planning to do with it is purely RP. There's no.
Yeah, I know. So I'll allow it basically prime it like for it to like go off when it hears him talk. So you could even prime like a few of them potentially, and like
Okay.
get a few messages during the night, I guess. Maybe.
So leave a few of them, and then I'm guessing I'm like he like taps it twice or whatever, and it'll start recording or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or even have
Okay.
it voice activated.
Trying to think of how to RP this. Well, I guess like how I made the songs playing when I was in the kitchen cooking.
That's why I
I
was
guess
asking you, because I saw that.
it's a pretty cool trick, honestly. It's when we don't have a bard, it's pretty fun. But I've never thought of recording dreams. That'd actually be perfect for remembering like inventions or things that I come up with in my mind. But recipes too. But I guess I could this like 6-ish, 10-ish seconds of a recording for one of these. How many do you need? I have 999 left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a bag of
It was
ball
a-
bearings.
Well, if I record every one, I'm going to need to get several from you, but I suppose I could keep it short.
Just summarize the dream and if
Well,
it's
I
if
could
it's
do
important.
7.
Okay. Did
50?
you say 7? 15? 15? Yeah, that's fine. I can swing that.
I said 50.
Oh, yeah, 50, whatever.
He's got almost 1,000, so
Yeah.
small dent.
Drop in the bucket.
Yeah. You always buy more ball bearings.
I'll buy you some more if you need me to.
Brother, and he's gonna open up the little bag of ball bearings. I've got plenty.
Oh.
All right. Cool. Is that it then? Because I don't want to keep us
Yeah,
out of. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Hello, we're back.
Welcome.
Hi.
back.
I'm back.
Get out of the whiteboard.
How
Wait, we're playing Tic Tac Toe. I'm about to win.
Oh my fucking god.
I win.
I got bugged.
There's nothing you
Oh
can
my
do.
god.
Nothing you can do. That's game, baby.
Okay.
I hate this game. I'm deleting it.
So Elon and Jules
Alright.
come back into the dining room and see that everyone's gone except Yumatun, who is just like sitting with his like elbow on the table and like tapping it with his fingers over and over. He's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I'll be here, I guess.
You can start working on those projects.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm just giving you a recommendation.
Don't tell me what to do."
Adding a custom item.
so
What do you mean by-
you could just do
He's got it.
I got
He's
it.
got it.
I got it.
What is it?
I got it.
Stamina
I
potion?
finished ritually casting augury, and I ask, what are the omens for Yumatun? Good, bad,
What is-
good and bad, or neither
Can you
good
display
nor
augury
bad?
in VTT real quick so that I can? Thank
This
you.
is purely because I want to finish as soon as they're like done with this whole fucking shenaniganry. The course of action: beating Yumatun up to find out if he's Gaji.
Wait, what? So what are you trying to discern with this? What?
Whether the course of actions results will be good, bad, good and bad.
Like if
or
you
neither
beat
good.
up Yumatun.
Yes, what exactly they just went and did. I'm auguring.
oh
'Cause she started casting.
what
the
we
second
already
I-
did.
Yes.
Where we cut his arm.
I mean, I don't even know what the correct answer here would be. It like, you know what I mean?
Indifference.
Yeah, I guess indifference really. Like,
Huh. She shrugs. Well. Oh wait.
What are you doing?
Magic.
I could tell.
Don't
Why
worry
do you wanna
about it.
ask
And she
anymore?
quickly shuffled, like she quickly scoops up all of her cards.
You can tell Boone just sounds like disinterested.
All right, so are we going? Are we ready to? Future
So-
time.
so you're going. Okay, good luck. Don't get stuck. I'll go over here so I'm not in the proximity of these.
What? You don't feel like going back today? I don't
I
blame
don't.
you.
I don't much relish the thought of getting stuck with Carmine.
Well, oh wait, we don't have a ring.
Oh, we should take some with us.
We don't have what?
We don't have a ring
Homunculus.
of mind shielding.
Well, and that.
Well, it
Uh,
might not. It might not be an issue. She even beforehand she didn't.
Uh-oh. Boone
Uh-oh.
looks over at Lash.
You
as
see
she's
Lash is
walking
coming
over.
out, and she's just kind of like rubbing her stump, and she like sees you guys and raises an eyebrow, and she's like,
Oh shit!
heading out already?
Alara
Yep.
glances around
Um,
Alon.
Actually, and Jules is gonna run upstairs and grab her arm, and then
Should we give
go
that
back.
yet?
Oh, ooh,
Oh,
she moved forward as you're.
As Jules runs past, Boone's gonna be like, Jules, just come here. Oh my God! Quit
Oh my
dancing.
god!
You guys like
He's gonna
shoot
call
each other
Jules
out the
over as he's
hallway.
running past. Did you put anything special in there?
Honestly, it's work is complicated enough. I had no idea how to. I thought of putting a way on there to prevent her from taking off the ring. 'Cause with all that she's lost, I was worried about her taking it off on purpose. But
You know she'd
I
have to
couldn't
take it
figure
off
out
her
anything
hand
to
and
do
put it
that.
on the other one, right?
well, it's on her flag, and I don't know if it'd work if it was on her. Whatever. But I
Oh,
couldn't figure
let's
out
do what you
anything. No.
Yeah, it's innocent craft for you. All right, just checking. Go ahead.
Yeah, you come
And he
down
pats
with
you on the shoulder as
you
you
come
turn
up with
around
the
and-
arm, and you see Lash like kind of takes a step back, and she's like, "Did you fix my?"
Tried. I know it's nothing compared to your work. You're a master at this. I'm only barely really getting started with making things, but I did what I could. Feel free to doctor it up, change it, add your own optimizations, fix my mistakes, but let me know what I could have done better. As he like works on getting it attached.
Yeah. Okay. And she just like kind of lets you attach it and just like is watching you while you do it. And once you've attached it, she kind of like tests it out a little bit, like moves the arm a little bit, and it moves up and down like normal. And she's like, it's a little creaky, but I mean, I can't complain, I guess.
That's what a 24 will get you.
Man,
Dancing.
I
I'm coming into your room with a gun.
what the fuck is your guys' problems?
Where do you want
How
to
much
start?
time you got?
Why the fuck are
Pretty
you
much.
being nice to me like this? You fixed my arm after you destroyed it. Why? Why the
Well,
fuck?
I didn't
We're
destroy
not
it. That
intrinsically
bastard
bad
did.
people.
Because we are a bunch of wholly erratic, completely unhinged men and women who have
And
an
we're
idea
just
of what
on
they
the
want.
opposite side of the fence.
And Lash, we're just people,
You're just
just
people.
like you.
And
Sometimes
given
good
what-
people.
given what you've explained and what we understand you went through, it's hard to relate. I know Boone had said it, but I feel like if I was in a similar situation, I would have gone to the ends of the earth to figure out what I needed to do to help out the people I appreciate. Hell, I mean, you can ask them what I've done for my family, what I will have done for my family. That's the whole reason that I've met them in the first place. So, in the moment, we did what we needed to. Boone did what he needed to do to protect his family, the rest of us. But we can't really condemn you for doing the same thing. So why not make amends?
And what he's not saying is he was jumping at the chance to fix something like that. And he
Oh
pats him on
God,
the shoulder.
he is right. Your work is really impressive. Like, I have no idea how you made those constructs. Like, oh, by gods, they were scary. But
I didn't make them. I just
Wow.
took them over. But thank you, nonetheless.
Yeah, one of these days, Jules, we gotta take you to Edison. I think you'd have a field day down there. Definitely not up top, though. I think you wouldn't like it up there neither.
I'm just worried I'll be too distracted to be any use to you guys.
Listen,
Use.
hey, you see she like looks up and rolls her eyes, and then she reaches out her mechanical arm towards you, Jules, as if for a handshake.
I dab her up.
She shakes your hand and gives you like a brief smile and just says, "Thank you, seriously."
You're welcome. Then, don't be shy. If you find something that I messed up, let me know how I could have done better.
I'll
so
fix
I can
it.
perfect my craft.
I'll fix
But let
it.
me know how. I really want to know.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're leaving. No rest for idiots like us, and I guess we're too dumb to figure out when we lost, so we're just gonna keep pushing.
Good luck for what it's
Oh.
worth.
And there's leftovers of last night's dinner. There's enough for you and you again but make sure you put a little bit aside for Kairos.
Okay.
And don't piss off Kairos while we're gone.
Please.
Wasn't planning on it. She seems
Uppity.
Not unhinged.
Kind of has a stick up her
Easily
ass.
pissed off.
honestly.
If the short one,
We had a good talk last night. But-
if the short man asks you if you want to fuck his wife, the answer is no.
What the fuck?
Hey, look, all
Humor
right, that's
Tom's
just
great,
vicarious
don't talk
for
about
you.
his wife. No, it's not!
All right, whatever.
Do a jewelry store to break into or something? I don't know. I'm
Whatever.
running out of jokes.
I punch you in the plate on the shoulder.
Last just Irish exits. Doesn't even say bye. She just leaves.
Irish exits.
Yeah.
Edison exit.
Yeah. Edison exits. She edits and exits. Oh my god, yes. Wait, that makes so much
Runs
sense.
away with your jewelry and tow.
All right, guys. What are you doing? Are you activating the aviculates?
And
think
going
we
We're
are.
going
Well,
back
more accurately,
to
the
the
Chrono class
future.
core.
Oh yeah, the Chronoclass score. Yeah. Going
Also, I
back.
think we're gonna get some
to the
rings
future.
and aviculates, aren't we? Before we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can just collect you're gonna get 10 aviculates. You can put that in notes.
10
Holy
aviculates.
shit.
Aviculates.
10?
10
Yeah,
aviculates.
he made a
I
bunch of them.
wanna I
Not
wanna
huge,
bring up we
obviously.
might need wait, do we already have one to each ourselves?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh nice. Okay.
So that's what, 16 aviculates?
Total.
Oh hey Kairos.
Oh yes.
Know off the top of your head where any rings of mind shielding are here? I
No.
don't think okay. We'll just have to pick one up in the future. Sounds
Yes. Good luck. She walks into the armory.
good. Catch you around.
I hope so. Make it back safe.
That was your whole, like, no hugging, no nod, like.
Get the fuck out of here, guys.
So, do we say like a magic phrase or something as he looks at Jules?
Well, I know it's been a while since we've done it, but all we really got to do is know exactly where we're looking and press the button.
It would be funnier if you said a magic phrase, though.
All right. So,
Hey.
You got
Everyone-
any last words? I mean, if something goes terribly wrong.
hopefully you get ripped apart first.
Sounds
All
good.
It
Boone says,
starts.
all right. Everyone, think about the whorehouse.
I don't know if that'll work. What's
Okay.
important to us in the future?
Thinking about
And
the
it
whorehouse.
activates as you're all tossed into what can only be described as like an infinite void. Relatively familiar to you by this point.
It's like
And
Hey.
you're being basically tossed by these streaming purple, blue, pink, yellow lights that stream by you, but they're not lights. It's like reality itself is weaving around you. And then suddenly everything goes dark. Until you appear. And come out of the darkness. Alon, you fall into a seat. Like an office chair. And you guys look around and it's a very dusty office. Just covered in a layer of dust. This entire place.
Hmm.
Where the-
Laura rests his hand on his holster again.
Where?
Well, I guess they're really up there.
Hey Nova.
She
Yeah.
studies herself on the pillar.
So there's a reason I'm in this chair, isn't it?
What's the reason?
Does this room look vaguely familiar at all? Like, does the layout strike me as familiar?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Can I roll history to find out why?
Yeah.
Give him advantage on that one.
Yeah.
Well, that
Are
was
there
an
any
issue.
quests?
I'll give it
Oh,
advantage.
Wait, are
advantage.
there?
Hey, take my inspiration if you need it.
I
Jeez.
still
We've
have
got
one
so
more.
much.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration. to roll it. Holy shit!
Hey, okay, in
Wow.
Russian, take my inspiration.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
23. Wow.
With a 23, the layout is different than you remember it, but you like kind of move some things aside and you see a journal underneath some papers that have gone faded with time. Some parchment that's gone faded with time. And you see that the cover of the journal, inscribed in gold, it says, "The Journal of King Sawarin."
It's the Warren's office.
It is.
I'm pocketing that. I'm taking it and pocketing it.
Okay.
I
So we're
still
on
think
Vicaria.
we ended up in the whorehouse.
Yeah, Elon's saying this out loud. We're still in Vicaria.
Will. what
He's gonna
is
look at Celine and be
left
like, we
of
were in
Vicaria?"
here before. This is Warren's office.
I got that feeling. I mean, beyond my stomach flipping. I don't know how to put it. Vicaria. Just one look around this place, it sings it,
Yes.
but it's not it.
Who goes
Who?
first? Call
Yeah,
on
who-
somebody.
come on, teach.
The Russian. Yes.
Is Silver saying anything?
Oh, fuck. Is this would be in the castle, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh. Ah! No, I don't know. Would she recognize this office? Would she know where in the castle she is?
Maybe.
Should I roll?
Roll
Sounds like a
history.
roll.
Let me find her.
When you
Hold on.
intentionally want to fail your history check.
That's a
Yeah,
+6 on that.
seriously.
Fuck. Okay. She doesn't recognize it. 8.
Okay. Yes, Bishop.
You said it's dusty, but there's papers and a journal and so on.
Yeah.
First things first. One, does this place look looted? It must.
No.
Really?
It looks preserved,
Okay.
even.
As if like we're in a tomb.
Kinda.
Second, is the door barricaded?
You go up to the door. It's locked.
It's locked.
Alara
the
will
inside?
pause behind Boone.
No, from the outside.
Laro.
You see the locks
Door's
that
locked.
are used to be on the inside are removed.
Laro, do on the other side. Now, I'm gonna jiggle the door slightly. Does
Uh-huh.
it feel like the lock is based on the door itself, or is there like a bar across the whole thing?
It seems like there might be a bar on the other side.
Shit. All right, can I try to pick it?
Roll sleight of hand with your Thieves' Tools proficiency.
Fun fact, Jules is also a proficient in Thieves' Tools.
Nice.
that
Hold
would
on.
be-
The door opens to the inside, but it's barred from the other. The hinges are
24.
on this side.
That'd be a 24.
24? Yeah, you are able to get it unlocked fine.
Boone
No difficulty.
moves up to the door, and he there's a. Hold on. And he takes one step back, riles up, and kicks the door open.
Oh, a little bit more quiet until we know what we're going up against.
You
Well,
kick
we
the
were
door
against this
open.
door.
She's gonna draw her
And he
rapier.
steps through.
Roll
Yeah,
initiative.
Elon's hand is on his sword.
You're out in Castle Silver Sun. Once again, there's a thin layer of dust over everything in here, as if it hasn't been disturbed for a while. Years, even.
Now Silver would be definitely uncomfortable because this would be a
Yeah,
sight familiar.
this she recognizes. For sure.
Yeah, Boone's in fact gonna look back at Cosby.
Yeah, Elon would do the same.
I feel like we all are.
No
As
offense,
long
yet an
as-
episode.
As long as they don't go a certain direction, if they keep heading towards the exit, she'll be okay. She seems like she's holding fine for the moment.
Good job, Silver. You're
Laro's-
so strong and tough.
Laro's hand is rested on his holster as he slowly paces forward. And he's just like looking around. He looks very uncomfortable about this.
Can I assume these doors aren't real?
You can see that they are like have like wood beams across them.
And so the last heirs of Vicarious.
Sorry, fucking Dio.
Are you ready
Jules
to
is
see what
also
becomes of
hesitating in the
Vicaria?
theater.
No, but I'm kind of excited to find out. Something I've wanted. It's been eating at me since we left the first time.
She told us what happened to it.
They're
Did
in
we
constant war. That's par for the course.
Is the
Is that
store
the
locked
exit?
too?
That door is open.
Here we go.
We step out into the light.
You step out, and instead of like the large, like kind of descent down to a port and like a bunch of regalia and stuff, instead there is just a cliff with water right outside of it. One sec, I
It's so
forgot to
fucking cool.
grab your tokens.
Holy shit! As if the whole place kind of sunk around it.
It became the real sunken city.
The sunken city was
city
Castle Silver
sunk-
Sun along the way.
The city sunk around it.
God.
And there you see there's just a cliff with water lapping up right onto it. And you guys walk to the edge,
Uh,
and you
Ilaro says this out loud. Is this some sort of dream?
No.
I hope not.
you look out and you see on the same like level as this island, you see a bunch of tents across the water, maybe only like a half mile away. There's a bunch of tents and desert looking buildings set up on the other side of the water as you look out on this new Vicaria.
Oh,
The music
everything's
dropped.
gone.
God damn.
And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Silver's no longer
Aw.
okay.
Wow.
Holy
That's a
fuck.
good. That's a good spot.